Live, 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 live. So I'm still setting up a little bit because I need to be able to see the comments. Uh, all right, and mute that immediately. Um, I hate this delay that takes place for the chat to pop up when you click on the video. That shit sucks. What up, Biddy? And once it does pop up, I have to remember to take it off that dumbass shit. Shit is ass. It's ass. Um, Very much so. There we go. Also, Biddy had a time change. It's an hour early for her now. She still managed to beat everybody. You don't like the Walking Dead? Let's see. All right. So I guess I can do the intro, even though hardly ain't nobody here. Well, there's 3 people here. Yeah. All right. Well. Let's dance. Forgive me. I watched Young Guns the other night. And scene in there where that old dude, the old gunfighter, was like, "Let's dance." Start fucking the Young Guns up. He started fucking them up. Me. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geek Podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, hope everybody had a very happy Halloween, all of that good stuff. But for a second, just allow me to be a class trader. What class category am I talking about? Podcasters. Yes, that's true. That's very true. But I'm going to narrow in on it right now.
Oh, my bad, Vern.
What up, Vern?
I'm out of my wits. I fixed it.
Fix it? My man. So, yeah, you motherfuckers are scum. Now, listen. This by no means everyone. I shouldn't have to say that, but you kind of do because we live in that time where motherfuckers can't pick up on context clues. So
that's very interesting.
So it's not, of course, it's not all of them. There are some of you who do podcasts that inform. Some of you that do podcasts that really help people and make an honest attempt at putting out wholesome content and keeping people, informed about the things that's happening in politics and all other different aspects of life. However, you are not the most popular. You're just not. And there's a reason for that. The reason everything tends to eventually swirl the toilet bowl is because humans are trash. They are attracted to trash. Now, some people will make excuses and they'll say, well, it's like the old train wreck theory of things. When people see a train wreck, they just can't look away. And I'm sure that's, at least in part, some of it. But if we're to be honest, It's because you guys are flies and you like to circle around shit.
Thanks.
And because of that, when someone offers you a great big old pile of doo-doo, what you will do is bzzz, and then do this shit. Oh shit. They talking about some stuff that is 100% meaningless and probably really detrimental to the discourse of the society I live in. But we gotta watch this because that's who you are. It's the reason why reality TV took off and has motherfuckers by the neck and hasn't let go since Survivor, right? Hasn't let go. It's on you because you're flies and you love to circle shit and do this every time there's a big old jar of doo-doo right there on the ground. And what we've realized is it doesn't matter the flavor of doo-doo. Plenty of animals take shits outside.
You suck.
It doesn't matter to them what animal did it. It's shit. Same with topics.
Well,
Same with topics.
sure.
It doesn't matter what topic it is. Inevitably, the worst aspect of a specific topic, you guys will circle around and give it all the engagement in the world. Big money, big advertisements, all fed off of your love of shit. And of course, other people will see that and take advantage and go, hey, they like shit. So I'm going to give them shit until it's coming out of their eyes. And
Okay.
that's kind of where we are. That's where we're going to be for the foreseeable future. You will only have very few bright spots that burst through that upper layer crust and see daylight of super success with the podcast and making money and doing the right things and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. Because y'all don't really like that. But I'm going to tell you what you do like to do. You like to do like I'm doing now and fuss about it. I'm just saying. That's my
Well,
10 cents
Yeah,
worth.
clearly. I would say 1 cent, but okay.
Inflation ain't that bad yet. Well, actually, it is.
Okay, we have two topics. Which one should I do first? One is a story that we covered before that has an update to it. The other is a news story that happened relatively recently. Now, ask any questions you need to ask for clarification without me actually telling you what the stories are before you choose.
Well,
What up, Greg?
what up, Greg? Just my natural inclination is to do the update before the new.
Okay. All right. Just gotta make sure the new one. I got the right one. This might not be what I was looking for. All right, so the update. No, I got the update. The new one might. Oh no, the new one is right. Oh, yep. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Update first. Remember the brick lady?
The brick lady. Well, is it the lady that got hit with the brick?
Well, allegedly. Well, not even allegedly anymore.
No, it's video. There's
Well, no. All right. We're just gonna go through the whole thing. All right.
Hold up. Before you do that, I did wonder where my man get a brick from. They inside of
Well,
them.
wait. The brick, the bottle, the viral story, a comprehensive case report on Rhoda Osmond.
Interesting.
In the digital landscape where narratives are forged and amplified with unprecedented speed, few stories have captured and then subverted public sympathy as dramatically as that of Rhoda Osmond. The saga began.
Her name was Rhoda, though. So,
Yeah.
Rhoda.
The saga began in September 2023. On the screen of a smartphone, Rhoda, then 33-year-old mother and doctoral student, broadcast an Instagram live video that would soon make her a viral sensation. Known colloquially as the Brick Lady, appearing clad in what looked like a hospital gown with the right side of her face visibly and severely swollen. She presented a story that was both shocking and tragically familiar. Hold on real quick. Let's see something.
You broke it.
No. Okay. Her initial narrative was visceral and potent. She claimed that while outside a Houston nightclub, an unknown man had violently assaulted her, striking her in the face with a brick. The alleged motive was as chilling as the act itself. She had simply refused to give him her phone number. This account immediately tapped into widespread anxieties about male violence as a response to female rejection, creating a narrative that was instantly relatable and horrifying to millions. However, a crucial element elevated the story from a report of a personal assault to a broader social indictment. Osmond tearfully accused the men who witnessed the attack of standing by idly, doing nothing to intervene or even call for an ambulance. This accusation of bystander apathy transformed the incident into a powerful symbol of societal failure, specifically igniting a volatile discourse about the perceived failure of men to protect Black women. The combination of a brutal, primitive weapon, a common and relatable trigger, and a systemic accusation of inaction created a narrative so compelling that it compelled immediate belief in action, largely bypassing the need for verification. The public response was swift and overwhelming. A GoFundMe campaign titled Help Rhoda Recover was established by a friend, reportedly at Osmond's request. The fundraiser's description mirrored the viral story, an outpouring of sympathy translated into rapid financial support. The campaign ultimately raised over $42,000 from more than 1,000 donors who were moved by her plight. Adding a layer of perceived credibility to her story was Osmond's background as a PhD student at the University of Texas at Austin. Enrolled in the African and African Diaspora Studies program since 2020. This combination of vulnerability, relatability, and academic standing created the perfect architecture for a viral phenomenon, launching a story that would soon unravel under the weight of official scrutiny. While the court of public opinion delivered a swift verdict and sympathy and support for Rhoda Osmond, the Houston Police Department began a methodical investigation that would soon reveal a starkly different version of events. The chasm between the public narrative and the evidence uncovered by law enforcement grew with each detail, ultimately dismantling the foundation of the viral story. The official process began on September 3rd, 2023, when officers responded to an aggravated assault call on Schumacher Lane. According to court documents, police at the scene noted that Osmond was intoxicated, hostile, and irate. Her initial report to the officers mirrored the story she would later tell on Instagram. An unknown man had thrown a brick at her face after she refused to provide her phone number. In subsequent follow-ups, Osmond's story began to change, with claims escalating dramatically. She first told investigators that she had ordered an Uber after the assault and came to believe the attacker was her driver. She then expanded this claim, alleging that the driver had attempted to kidnap her. Finally, the story reached a sensational climax when she accused the man of being involved in human sex trafficking ring, asserting that he had a large group of women in his car with him. This decision embellished the initial claim with allegations of major federal crimes like kidnapping and human trafficking proved to be a critical error. Such grave accusations demand a far more intensive field of investigation than a typical street assault, compelling detectives to dedicate significant resources to verifying her story, including an exhaustive search for surveillance footage. This intensified scrutiny, prompted directly by Osmond's own escalating narrative, would become the cause of her story's undoing. So I don't know if you remember this part, but like, remember she lied about the whole thing. So like that's a problem. You can't
do that. You can't do that. Also, when you don't give the real story, like, so the way the story came out initially was that somebody tried to holler at her. She said no. Motherfucker hit her with a brick. When you do the reductionist recount of what that is, people will envision in their head, they'll perceive in their head what this was, because they don't have a lot of details. And everyone will base it off of experiences they have had and they have seen. So, what we tend to think, if you come from my generation, is girls walking down the street, guy sees him, attracted to him, holler, says something to her. She says she's not interested or whatever, and he picks up a brick and throws it at her. Mm-hmm. That's the perception in your head if you come from my generation, because I am probably the last, maybe it was a little overlap, the last of the generation of adults that was still able to holler at women in public.
Right.
Hey, Shorty, girl, Bodie. It's like, so that's the perception I always had of it, and then the other details started to emerge, and it didn't look like that anymore.
Right. So, faced with irrefutable video evidence that dismantled her factual claims,
irrefutable,
Rhoda Osmond's public defense underwent a sophisticated pivot. Abandoning the specific details of the altercation, she and her supporters began to construct a new narrative, one that framed her not as a perpetrator of a hoax, but as the true victim of a biased and retaliatory system.
This is why I hate the pivot.
This strategy shifted the focus from the events of the night to a broader critique of victim blaming and alleged police misconduct. Despite the footage. The what? Okay. Showing her initiating the physical conflict, Osmond consistently maintained her innocence and her status as the victim. In a statement provided to the Shade Room, she declared, "My name is not Brick Lady. My name is Rhoda, and I am the victim. I was harmed.
Double down.
I was harmed. I never harmed anyone, but Olin Douglas harmed me." She further asserted that she was being abused and victimized by social media, blogs, and the Houston Police Department. A central pillar of this new defense was the invocation of the perfect victim myth. Osmond argued that her inconsistent and changing stories should not be seen as evidence of deceit, but rather of a symptom of her trauma. As a victim of blunt force trauma, I am not beholden to remember every detail of my attack. That's not a crime. That's not how that works.
Okay.
What do you mean every...
It's not? Oh.
Every detail? Nobody's asking you to remember every fucking detail. You said this man walked up to you that you had never met before, asked you for your number. You ignored him. He picked a brick up and smacked you with it. That's not what the fuck happened.
No.
That's not close to what the fuck happened.
All right. Here's what you said. Here's what actually happened. It's off the screen.
Like, bro, what are we talking about? Where we at? Blah, 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 blah. She insisted that the police's focus on her inconsistencies was a form of victim blaming rather than a standard investigative procedure. Her most serious counter-allegation was that the felony theft charge was a direct act of retribution by the lead investigator. She claimed to have filed a formal grievance against a detective she identified as Officer Thornton for misconduct and biased treatment before the detective filed charges against her. "What is happening to me is retribution," she asserted. So
I gotta say, I hate truly when a motherfucker has me ready to defend the police.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you did that is enough to make me salty anyway. It is, because the truth is, the way I see it is that what you did is way worse than anything you're accusing them of. And I'm gonna tell you why. It continues to contribute to enmity in our community between the men and the women. And there's already enough there, and there's already enough legitimate shit there that needs to be addressed, needs to be talked about, needs to be discussed, needs to be worked through, to have people like that to feed into a narrative that's already dead, that does have some validity. Things I've seen with my own eyes. So no one can sit there and tell me that some of those things don't happen. I've seen this shit with my own eyes. However, you adding a falsehood to that, sparking up I remember very succinctly the conversations that were being had. The words and terms being hurled at each other. The black men, black women, this and that. Like, you did this. You, a person of what I would just assume to be poor character, to do all of that. You lit a fire under some shit that was already flammable, and it caused, for a little bit of time, a wildfire, right? But the thing is, people in the midst of that shit wind up saying things to each other that can't get unheard. And it causes further enmity in the community. It does. There are legitimate cases of black men not standing up for black women. Legitimate. I've seen them. You adding this into the mix contributes to something else that the vast majority of people who refuse to fact check or follow up on anything after the initial report will now take with them into the next argument, into the next way of viewing somebody else from their community. And it sucks. I see it done across the board with a lot of shit. Specifically in this case, though, it's horrible because this is a case where it literally feeds into something that's already bad, making it potentially that much worse when we have these conversations. And people cite your incident because they didn't follow through. They didn't follow up on anything after the initial report. They will cite your situation. And it fucking sucks that you did that, because there are legitimate women out here who have legitimate grievances who now have to hear a few more people running around saying, oh, she's probably lying. You know what happened last time with
here's the thing. It's going to be people that's still perpetuating the situation that don't know that it didn't happen.
Right. Because they didn't follow through.
Right.
They didn't listen to no updates. But this is also one of the reasons why we do updates on this show. It's one of the reasons we do that. Because if we put a story out there to our audience, and we find out later some things ain't true, or there's more information that gives more context into what's happening, we feel like it's our responsibility to spin the block on that. 100%. Which is why one of the reasons I started this whole program with being a class trader, about how you podcasters are garbage, are bottom-feeding trolls who wade into the cesspool and get the stink all on you, splash it around the others and shit. And because it looks so incredibly ass, the rest of the humans who love the circle shit feed into it. That's why we do it.
Yeah. All right. Legal proceedings against Rhoda Osmond brought the case from the volatile court of public opinion into the structured environment of the Harris County justice system. The trial centered not on the assault itself, but on the financial fraud that resulted from the fabricated story. The outcome would serve as a stark reminder of the legal consequences of leveraging a false narrative for monetary gain. Nigga, wait till you get to what wait till I get to what actually happened, like what she had to do. Osmond was formally charged with felony theft by deception, a charge specifically related to her unlawfully appropriating the $42,302 raised through the GoFundMe campaign. Under Texas law, a conviction for a theft of this amount could carry a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. During the trial, the prosecution, led by Keith Houston of the Harris County District Attorney's Office, laid out a clear case. They argued that the physical altercation was a case of mutual combat initiated by Osmond rather than an unprovoked brick attack, she claimed.
Yep.
The core of their argument was that Osmond knowingly used this fabricated story to deceive donors. To prove this, they presented evidence showing that the donated funds were not used for recovery or medical bills, but were instead spent on personal luxuries, including travel and spa treatments.
That travel shit you did, you should have left the country with this.
And stayed there.
And stayed there.
The prior 2020 incident in Minneapolis, which is another situation where they say she frauded, was introduced to establish a pattern of behavior and demonstrate intent. After hearing the evidence from both sides, the Harris County jury deliberated for approximately 2.5 hours before returning a verdict. Rhoda Osmond, then 35, was found guilty of theft. The atmosphere in the courtroom was reportedly tense, with court officials having to call for order several times as the verdict was read. Which, see, I don't know. I'm assuming, because I'd never looked into it, because I don't really care that much, but I'm assuming that it was the black people, like, she's black. I'm assuming that, because there's no other way around this.
I will say one thing, and this is definitely not shooting her no bail, because I really feel like the damage she helped contribute to, she deserves every fucked up thing that she gets as a result of that. But I will say that I notice how the law is very quick to want to make certain motherfuckers pay.
Oh, absolutely.
For their fraud, when we have literally seen people calling 5-year-old little boys niggas and then put a GoFundMe up there to get money and shit.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where's all the court shit?
Well, you want me to technically answer it? Or
Yes.
There is no fraud there. They did what they said they did. They called somebody out in their name, and they were attacked over free speech. So, I mean...
That's true. Sure.
As stupid as it is,
I
mean, that's what they're going to hide behind. So the court delivered a multifaceted sentence that appeared designed not only to punish, but also rehabilitate and prevent further offenses.
What now? Rehabilitate. This country don't do that.
Nigga, listen. The sentence included 10 years probation, 90 days to be served in jail, full restitution, requiring her to repay the entire $42,302 to GoFundMe. Mandatory substance abuse treatment, acknowledging the role of intoxication in the initial incident, and a complete ban from using social media for the duration of her probation. So she can't use social media for 10 years.
First of all, I don't believe that's going to happen. But the other thing is, okay, so what I will say that's part of the rehabilitation thing is probably the drink, the alcohol.
Absolutely.
And that's part. But
also the social media thing, because clearly left her own devices, she's going to try to spin this shit, and
that's true,
because that's what she did when they found out.
How does that just keeps her from lying to us? I don't know. I
think the idea is you're starving a habit. I think that's the idea behind that one.
As somebody that's been on probation,
as
somebody that's been on probation ain't listen.
Right.
This ain't no fucking rehabilitation.
Right. No, not at all.
This is not, bro. It's not.
The last condition is the social media was particularly noteworthy. The social media ban was a modern sentence for a modern crime, reflecting a sophisticated understanding by the court that the fraud was conceived, executed, and amplified entirely within the digital realm. The court recognized that social media was not an indictment I'm reading court proceedings, so I'm saying the word indictment. Social media was not an incidental detail, but the
No,
primary
of course.
instrument used to commit the offense. By prohibiting her from using these platforms, the court moved to disarm her of the very tools that enabled the crime, a preventative measure tailored specifically to the methodology of the theft. Following the conviction, Osmond's legal team announced their intention to appeal. A $50,000 appeal bond was set, which, if posted, could delay the start of her probation and its associated conditions until the lengthy appeals process was completed.
I had confusion
Mhm.
about the social media part because I get what they're trying to do.
Mhm.
How do you enforce that?
I have no fucking idea, but you remember Adam Conover? Adam ruins everything.
Oh yeah.
And also, do you remember the TikToker? What is his name? Yuval.
Duval.
Yuval. Yuval.
Yuval.
He's one of those motherfuckers that just knows a lot of shit.
Okay.
And now I don't know. I didn't source either of these motherfuckers because I'm not as worried about it as other people are. But basically, they were talking about the whole deep fake thing and how it's not really something people need to worry about as far as legal issues are concerned because of things like chain of command and digital forensics and all that other good stuff.
I've been telling people that.
So I'm going to try to extrapolate that and apply that to her being able to create a social media profile. Now, will there be social media platforms that aren't necessarily up to par that she might be able to slide into? Possibly, yes. But as far as the bigger ones, to start a new account, they require a certain amount of identification now.
True.
So maybe that would be enough to stop her from. I don't know.
You know, I'm asked because I automatically thought of some workarounds, but I'm just gonna let that shit.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Listen. Listen.
I'm not gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Just in case she comes across this video and go, ooh.
So yeah, she was wilding. She did some dumb shit, and then she doubled down on the dumb shit, and then she pivoted on the dumb shit, and then now she's in some shit.
Yeah, I mean, would that be the thing that would make people hesitant to do that type of shit again? But we all know, that it's not a deterrent.
Well, here's the thing. Not even just that it's not a deterrent, right? This isn't this isn't commonplace, right? So this isn't some shit that just be happening all the time. Right. So it's really going to be difficult to tell if this was really a deterrent for the public at large.
It's true.
Because shit like this don't be happening. Like,
right.
That's one of the reasons the Firestorm was what it was. It's not that niggas don't get mad when they get rejected. That happens all the fucking time. It's not that niggas can't be violent towards women. That happens all the fucking time.
All the time.
It's the very specific details of what happened. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean?
And it's how people perceived it in their head when they first heard it.
That's why it was so strong. Because people want to use existing issues that are in the community, and I get
attach it to that shit.
However, this is a very specific situation. There are some people who are vehemently saying like she's lying from the beginning, not because they don't believe black women, not because blah, blah, but because that shit sounds fucking ridiculous. It's not something that generally would happen. No humans in general, as terrible as we are, do not just walk up to other civilians that we have no idea who they are and attack them with bricks.
Not as a rule.
Doesn't happen as a rule. So for those people to be like, she lying.
Right.
When it first happened, I was like, I'm
gonna tell you what she did though. I'm gonna tell you what she did. What she tried to do was make it as vanilla as she could by saying, I ain't want. They try to holler at me. I ain't want to holler at them, and then they attack me. Right. Now, truth be told, that first part of it of I don't want to holler, he got mad. That's the core. That's the core part. Hook. That's the hook that grabbed people, because everyone has an experience, and women probably have an experience of this more than anybody, right? I walked down the street, motherfucker.
That's what had me like,
well,
That's what had me like, oh yeah, this nigga fucked up. Why would you do some shit like that?
Yes, because that's the hook part. That's what I mean by she. I see this type of narrative baiting all the time, where basically they try to plug some shit into something that we already have examples of in our head. We've either heard it from anecdotal shit from other people, or we've seen it ourselves. And then she added that stink on it. Hit me with a brick. So a lot of people will say, well, it does follow that it's possible that, you know, the whole idea of women feeling threatened and blah, blah, blah. Then this guy just took the extra step and went and did that. It hooked people in. And I'm going to tell you something else. Because of some of the conversations that were happening before this event, it was already taking place online, people was looking for another data point for their argument. Another data point. Ooh, look, see, we be telling y'all that type of shit. And that's why one of the reasons why I don't really have any pity for her. Because you helped contribute to a poisonous conversation that was happening anyway, that needs to happen, but not in the way it's been happening online and on these podcasts and streams. Like, there was a conversation in existence about this shit long before her incident. And it was being handled poorly for the most part. Then you added that. Talk about putting gasoline on an already lit fire. That's what the fuck you did. And for weeks, go on TikTok doing that error. For weeks. You had these think pieces and all of this stuff. It's like, and hard feelings. And also bad perceptions being cemented. Because the initial conversation, her adding this, then people talking about what she did, cementing all of that negative whatever, just cementing their heads. So now you know how people are. People are very obstinate. Especially though I find that a lot of people value their opinion over their credibility. They just do. Like, but I have an opinion. Who cares? Who cares what your opinion is, motherfucker? I value my credibility over my opinion. I can think something is the case, but if I can't verify it, I am not going to present it like it's a fact.
Right.
Because when it turns out that it's not a fact, my credibility takes a hit. Some of y'all don't care about your credibility. Y'all only care about your opinion. Well, I think my opinion is, I believe this. I don't care. Credibility means more to me because someone that's credible can be wrong to me and not lose credibility.
Yeah.
They just happened to be wrong on this case. They missed it. Because I know generally they check. Well, generally, they hold their credibility in such high regard that they try not to present misinformation or disinformation. A lot of y'all think because you got an opinion that make you special.
Right.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody is one. And
you stupid.
and you having an opinion is cute, but it ain't unique. Everybody got one. It's how credible is your shit. How close to the actual reality is what you believe, whatever you believe to be. How close to reality is that? And are you willing to admit when it has no mooring in reality at all? Are you willing to sacrifice certain parts of your opinion once the truth comes out? Once the facts, verifiable facts, are you willing to, okay, I got to dissect that because I was wrong about that.
Right.
And again, I just wish, all right, so it's people say, motherfuckers, they hate to be wrong. I wish that translated in fact checking. Like, I don't have a problem with you not liking to be wrong if it translates into fact checking. If it translates into trying to verify. Then, to me, that's a virtue that you don't like to be wrong. So, therefore, y'all never get to the therefore part. Y'all never get to that part. Hate to be wrong. Therefore, let me check to see if I have good standing with this particular position. Now, I never get to the third, fourth part ever. It's just like it's a dangling participle. It's just right out there on the end over there, and it sucks. It screws up the discourse that we have with each other, and it gets what made it worse was the internet, unfortunately, because I may before the internet have talked to probably in any given day 10 people, right? Maybe, depending if I went to school that day, right? I may have talked to like 10 people. But with the internet, you can talk to millions. And we all got to absorb your little brain fart. And it's whack. It's like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's whack. It's whack.
Right.
It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean.
It's annoying.
I mean, listen, people are going to people.
Yes, every time, all the time.
And there's nothing we can really do about that. And if you're listening out there, you notice, I mean, we're not even piling on her. We're just like, you fucked up.
You did.
You know you fucked up, right? Like, it's just that simple.
10 years, my guy. 10 years probation.
That's prohibitive.
Bro, listen, I've had probation. I've been put on probation. I've been put on stent. I've never had a 10-year stint of probation, B. At the most, a year. At the most. You know what I'm saying? It's about a year. I had the one version of it where you have that year, and if you get in trouble, not only do you get the new charge, you get the old charge and all that other shit. Somehow they try to double up on the penalties for that. I've had that, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not that I didn't do things during that year. I just didn't get caught.
I mean, listen.
People still, like it's.
Sometimes things happen. Sometimes they don't.
I mean, and I didn't live in a type of world where you could throw the fact that you had a stet up as a reason for not, if a situation called for handling your business, because people were looking at you and they're like, and somebody motherfucker try to violate you, and then you go, yo, I'm on stet. That's not gonna fly. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
There's no bail for that.
It's no bail.
Like, there's actually no. Anyway, all right. So to the news story, which is, if you listened to that and thought that was annoying, wait until you hear this bullshit. The firing of substitute Miata Borders and the new crisis of educator judgment.
Who?
Miata Borders? I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've never heard it said. I've only seen her talk about this and seen other people talk about it who didn't know her name. Right. Let me see this. Deconstruct. Oh, there was a video. It was another. The termination. She got terminated. Termination was a direct result of the viral TikTok video that she filmed and posted on her first day of work at Lake Cormorant. I don't know. High school in DeSoto County, Mississippi. The crooked letter.
Yes.
Which included the narration. Damn, shorty, sheesh. Man, I gotta get up after these school kids trying to take me down. This specific narration is the likely source of the query's reference to children saying they were attracted to her. Okay. The central incident that matches the query involved Miata Borders, 24-year-old substitute teacher. The event took place at Lake Cormorant High School in DeSoto County, Mississippi. Critically, the incident occurred on Miss Borders' first day on the job. During the school day, Borders used her personal phone to film a day-in-the-lifestyle video for the social media platform TikTok. The video included footage of students walking in the school's hallways and attending a pep rally. The video was subsequently posted on her public TikTok account where it went viral, quickly amassing over 2 million views. The element of the video that sparked widespread criticism and administrative action was her own narration, which clarifies the nature of the... Okay. While filming the students, she is heard making comments that were broadly interpreted as unprofessional and objectifying. The specific
For herself.
remarks...
She was objectifying herself or students.
You know the answer to that. The specific remarks cited in reports are, damn shorty, sheesh, man, these school kids trying to take me down. The term shorty was identified as a slang term, an informal reference used to describe a young woman or girl. The phrase trying to take me down is the likely source of the query regarding students being attracted to her. This narration suggests that Borders was interpreting perceived or real interactions with students as flirtatious, or that they were hitting on her. The controversy, therefore, was not about students' recorded comments, but about a substitute teacher's own unprofessional and suggestive framing of her interactions with minors. The response from the school district, amplified by the video's viral spread, was swift and decisive. As the video and the accompanying online criticism escalated, the DeSoto County Schools officials were made aware of the post. The district immediately contacted Kelly Services, the third-party staffing agency that had placed Ms. Borders at the school. In a public statement on the matter, the district confirmed that Borders' employment was terminated. The official statement shared with news outlet WREG-TV read, district officials informed Kelly Services today that the person is no longer allowed to be a substitute teacher at DeSoto County Schools. Mind you, it's interesting how they just said the person.
Yeah.
The sheer volume of media coverage dedicated to this single event, referenced in numerous distinct reports, underscores its significance. The speed of the firing was a direct function of the video's virality. The 2 million views transformed an internal human resources issue into a public relations crisis. The district's actions were not merely disciplinary. It was a necessary act of brand management in response to an incident that reignited the debate about educators' use of social media and student privacy. Furthermore, the incident exposes a critical vulnerability in the modern gig economy model of substitute teaching. Miata Borders was not a tenured, unionized district employee. She was a contract worker for Kelly Services. This employment status afforded the district the ability to sever ties with the simple, decisive statement that she was no longer allowed to work there.
Yeah.
This action is a termination of a contract, a stark contrast to the complex, lengthy, and legally fraught process of firing a tenured teacher.
That's fact.
For example, a tenured teacher in the Milton area school district, also fired for inappropriate social media posts, was entitled to a full grievance process that escalated to binding arbitration. Miata had no such due process protection. In the wake of her termination and the escalating viral controversy, she posted a follow-up video to TikTok. In this subsequent video, she offered a defense for her actions, framing the incident not as an act of malice or intentional professional misconduct, but as a result of naivete. She stated, I had absolutely no idea I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it. This defense, that she was simply unaware of the rules, is central to understanding the systemic failures that enabled the incident. Whether genuine or not, I don't know is...
I don't know.
The I don't know defense is irreconcilable with the explicit multi-layered policies and federal laws that govern.
I don't know if that dog hunts, bro.
And
I don't know if that dog hunts.
Her actions were in direct violation of clear-cut rules. The school policy, the district's own documentation, contains an unambiguous prohibition against the very act Borders committed. A policy document on student use of electronic devices extends its prohibitions to staff, stating, the use of the audio recording, video recording, or camera functions of electronic devices is strictly prohibited on school premises at all times, unless teacher approval is given for specific instructional activities. DCS social media policy. Beyond the act of recording, the district's social media policy warns that employees face discipline up to and including termination for any off-site communication that causes disruption to the education environment or invades the privacy of students. A viral TikTok video with 2 million views, which identifies students at a specific school and prompts a national news cycle, is the definition of disruption.
Mm-hmm.
Federal law. On the federal level, Borders' actions constitute a flagrant violation of the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. It's a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. A video recording of a student, which makes their identity easily traceable, is considered personally identifiable information and a component of their education record. The public dissemination of such video on global platform like TikTok without explicit written parental consent is a fundamental breach of this federal law. Now, I don't know defense, therefore, points to a catastrophic and systemic failure in the onboarding pipeline for third-party contractors. While DeSoto County Schools has policies for the orientation of new teachers, it is highly probable that Kelly Services, the staffing agency, failed to provide the specific critical training on district policies and federal law to its substitutes. So here's...
Listen, I don't... She's 24.
Mm-hmm.
That, to me, you're still a kid, but that doesn't change. That doesn't change the fact that it should be just inherently in you that you know that once you are considered legally an adult, that there would be a problem with you recording people's kids. They're putting them on
the Summergram screen.
Yo, like I don't understand. I don't understand how she didn't understand that this would be a.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this video.
Take me down.
All right, I'm gonna play this video. So what this video is the beginning of her video that she posted. Okay. And then it is a response from the child that she posted. Okay. Let me see. Which one is it? Is it that one? Let me put it over here. Throw this over here. Full screen it. And come back over here.
Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids.
Hold up. I don't know if that can be heard. Can anybody hear that?
I heard it.
You heard it? Okay. So let me start it over.
Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down.
Everybody has seen this video everywhere, and if you haven't, just don't watch it.
Do that.
So there was a substitute teacher at our school that made a really weird comment to one of my friends. The comments on that video are talking about how it's her fault because she was staring. Posting this on my account because I have a bigger following and she wants to talk about it. So here's my friend Kamira.
So I'm Kamira. I keep getting bullied for no reason. It was a comment that she posted on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And my mom actually, my mom knows about this. Why everybody be like, I'm grown for looking at a grown woman. But if somebody was recording you from right here, looking at you, you're going to look at them, apparently. Like it's like common sense to look. The second thing is, I am not grown. There was a lot of comments made that I'm grown. The second thing is, I am not the reason she got fired. She was the reason she got herself fired. You gotta know that the whole school saw it. Every coach, every teacher, everybody saw the video. She posted on every platform that she has, so it's not even I told. Third, my volleyball team went to the state, and I'm on a team walking around the school when they had a mini parade. So it's a lot of cameras in your face because everybody's recording you. If she had her camera like this, okay, I smile. But she had her camera like she wanted to talk about somebody. So I'm getting bullied by so many grown people that they don't have nothing to do with it. Like I was looking like, look, and then look, they're still talking. Look at this. Do you not see this? You know I'm supposed to record students out there sent. Her apologies, some teachers record students.
Ask for consent.
Yeah, it's common sense. She didn't ask for consent. She walked around the whole school recording kids. I'm not even bashing her about it, but it's just the simple fact that y'all blaming me for what happened, and I didn't even do anything.
We're not even trying to like be mean towards the sub, because sub may have not meant it in a weird way, but it was just like taken like weirdly. Actually calling her the things she called her. It's giving pedophile. She made an apology video, and her apology video was good. If you're gonna make an apology video about a video that you messed up about, why aren't you taking it down? And I think the reason that she is not taking it down is because she is so worried about the likes.
Yeah. But she said that every student was around her and we knew her. Nobody knew her. The reason I know her is because I have a job. I'm not gonna say where I work at every year. I have a job, and she be at my job. I said I was staring at her like I wanted her. I'm sure.
I've seen that person before. I've never heard about her. She has a lot of followers.
And literally, she stopped harassing me on the internet for something I did not even do. I did not get her fired. I did not look at her in a sexual way, whatever you say. I didn't do anything. The only thing I was doing is being a child.
Peace out, guys. Justice for Kamira. Stop bullying Kamira. hashtag stop bullying Kamira.
All right, so
Yo.
it's weird.
Shorty.
So, like, if you hold on, let me put this picture back up here, because look at this little girl's face. Does this look like she's exuding attraction to the person she's looking at? Look at this picture. She's side-eyeing her.
Yo, when you listen to them speak,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hear a child. This is why I can't stand a lot of you motherfuckers, man. All of you grown ass adults sexualizing these children. I don't wanna hear that.
Wait. I have the
Man,
I
I
have
gotta
the
get
original
about these
one.
school kids trying to take me
have
down,
the
man. Then I look so
original
young.
Because it's much worse than you think. It's not just that
Jesus.
one statement. Hold up.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't had to do too much, man. To be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher. Took me a little lunch break. Yeah, they got it going on at this junk. They stay bound. Okay, then. Damn, shorty. Sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young. I look like one of them. Appreciate it. You know, my little free time, I had to go out there and give me some little content. Little feed check. Really just a chick.
If it's one thing TikTok can stop me,
All right, so
That shit is giving pedophile. Listen,
that part, nigga.
yo, how? Please explain to me how.
I simply cannot, sir.
Like, they are kids. Listen
to them speak.
They are kids. Like yo, some of y'all, and then it's a bunch of motherfuckers that have been running around here for the past couple of years, trying to find ways to make excuses for motherfuckers doing this shit. I've seen you, and some of these motherfuckers are in legitimate high places or have some sort of influence and shit. And I've seen you bring up shit from the 1930s or 1920s or 1870s. These are fucking kids. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. And actually, you ought to be on a watch list.
That part.
A lot of you motherfuckers is running around making excuses. Oh, you know, back in the day, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, you need to be on the watch list. You can't, any adult that's attracted to that, they sound like you should be skeeved out. The very thought of any sort of untoward behavior towards them in that way should skeeve you out. Like, ugh. The fact that you don't have that natural, you need to be on the watch list. Because that should be natural. You're like, oh, it's a child. The fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, and it's doubly worse for me looking at all of it too, because I'm looking at the fact that chick only 24 years old. She's basically a child to me.
Right.
And now, y'all are so gross. Y'all are so fucking gross. It's also the lack of being able to read the environment and read the room.
Correct.
You think in this day and time, with all the talk going around about child trafficking and pedophilia and shit like that, not to mention you come from a community that is maligned. There is a whole political party built on maligning you, spend billions of dollars on maligning you and framing narratives against y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought that was a good thing to do. Bro, I can't, man. I just can't. I can't. This shit is absurd. It's absurd. Losing your job was at minimum what should have happened to you.
Right.
And the school, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. There's gotta be some sort of enforcement or something. Y'all gotta look at these people, man. Because there's one thing about being an influencer, right? I certainly would understand an influencer using the experience of being a substitute teacher as content. There are ways to do that without putting children on your shit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're not even going to talk about the sexual. Before we even get to the sexualization of the child,
right?
There's ways to do all of that type of content without you having these kids who didn't ask for it, to be put in the video broadcasted to millions of people. There's ways for you to do that. You could have took your monkey ass to the teacher's lounge, had the fucking phone right here or whatever you're using right here, and cropped it so nobody else is in it, but they can tell you in the school and talk about your experience there.
Right.
There's a lot of ways you could do. You could have went on the goddamn bleachers outside. They can tell you at a school, in the bleachers at the school, you're talking about. There's a lot of ways to do that shit.
Yeah.
You did not have to do that.
There are a lot of teachers who do content.
Yes.
There are a lot of teachers who do content, and it's good content.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So that's all the facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Twitter account.
Oh.
Now, some people have said that this is a fake account.
Okay.
That's why this is separated.
Right. That's why you had to. Okay. Gotcha.
So, but if this shit real, talk about not having accountability, not knowing how to read the room.
Right.
All right. So, first post is a video directly uploaded of the girl, like herself. It's a directly uploaded video. So I don't know. Maybe she found somewhere to download the person. I don't know if it's fake or not. Again, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, first real post. I'd never fuck a child. I've never been sexually attracted to a fucking kid, and me noting their attraction towards me does not make me a pedophile.
That's not what you said. That's not what happened. That's not what, bro. That's the pivot. Told you I hate the pivot. I hate the pivot.
Next tweet. I know I've been lashing out and I have a way of wording things terribly, but I would like to take accountability for my actions. Damn near everything that went on in that video was wrong. I'm sorry to the kids, the families, and to everyone I've made uncomfortable. Now, you know how if you would have just said that and none of the other weird shit before that, because there was like 2 or 3 videos that she posted before this Twitter existed.
Right.
And then this weird ass comment about whatever. And then this. So you know how different your situation might be if you would have just said that part first and just left it at that. Let me see. Just about to go private so I can tweet in peace. Folks acting like I killed somebody.
Yo. Yo.
Um,
All right.
Bruh, they just locked my funds on my GoFundMe account. I'm homeless. I'm out of 2 fucking jobs, and nobody that I helped for all of these years is trying to help me. I turned the tips on this page on this page. If anyone can Venmo me money for food and gas, it's highly appreciated. Someone changed the password on my Facebook days ago when I went viral. I only have TikTok and this Twitter. Like, people are doing everything in their power to fucking ruin me. I see why people kill themselves due to the internet. It's insane how a lot of people are using my moment to express their homophobia and racism, but me being a pedophile is the biggest issue.
Had to know this was gonna. See, this is the shit that, yo, are you not like engaged with the current climate in this country? Are you not engaged?
Probably not. Honestly.
But you online though. See, this the thing. That's my issue with y'all, right? This my issue with y'all. You will be terminally online, but your algorithm is situated to such a degree that there's nothing informative that pops up in your shit.
I know, right?
There's nothing. You're terminally online though, but nothing informative that you can get. Like, yo, listen, all of us have our guilty pleasures of mindless shit that we watch to laugh at, to do whatever, right? But I would like to think that most of us have a balance. If you go and look at my social media stuff, you're going to see travel shit, you're going to see politics, you're going to see comic book shit, you're going to see some video game shit, although that is kind of phasing its way out a bit. You're going to see AI stuff, science and technology, and then you're going to have the little funny, little stupid-ass videos that motherfuckers do with the goofy-ass jokes and the this, that, and the third. So it's a combination of all these different things that make me, and battle rap. It's a combination of all these things that make me, right, that you found in the algorithm. You mean to tell me some of you motherfuckers only have the ignorant, goofy shit? That's it? 'Cause you don't understand the climate of what's happening in this country.
Sure, it's possible.
You are from it's possible.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I mean, yeah, because there's some people that's true. That's true. But I just find it crazy that you are part of a marginalized group.
Yeah.
And that's in danger a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't somehow
actually because
marginalized
clearly
groups.
She's homosexual.
And then she's a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of 2 marginalized groups.
Actually 3.
You're black, a woman, and you're lesbian. Right? You're part of 3. And you don't understand how that's going to be perceived, how people who are enemies of your community are going to not individualize you, because that's not what they do. It's never what they do. They're not going to see you as an individual. They're going to see you as an example of the whole. The reason I know this, because I am part of one of the marginalized groups. I'm black. I know what they do.
Right.
I know what they do. It's not what I did. That's what they be doing.
I never met a perfect person until I got on the internet. Everybody's so holier than thou on this bitch.
Bro, this don't even take that. You don't need to be Saint such and such to realize, one, I am an adult, legally an adult. I am at a school as a substitute, but for the time that I'm here, these kids are under my charge. Mm-hmm. 2, there's been a problem of the over-sexualization of children that's being talked about every fucking where. It's not a secret. 3, I am a black woman. 4, I am a lesbian black woman. I know how these fuckers talk about my community. They are gonna clip that.
They're gonna clip that.
And to be fair, they're gonna fool people because it's
Yo, no, I can imagine a MAGA smear campaign on Tombstone of Deadheads. It's going to be a clip where he's saying, "I am a lesbian woman." All right, last one. All these comments, shares, different platforms sharing my situation, and all I could think is this. It's thousands of people, and nobody has ever made a mistake. That's interesting. None of y'all, huh? Nobody reading this? We all got something we don't want someone to know.
Chrissy says, I'm a therapist and make content, and I have never exposed the client.
Ever.
She also further says that I don't know doesn't cut it, especially if you have teaching credentials. You know about how children privacy. See,
Correct.
there's no excuse, man.
Nah.
You don't need to be Saint Steve of Assisi, right? To know that this is so wrong, right? That when you get jammed up, you don't really have a talking point defense. You don't. This is wrong. Don't take you to be a perfect person to figure that part out. Like, and this is the problem with y'all, man. Y'all do obvious fuckery and then try to hide behind I'm not a saint. You're also not smart.
Yep.
How about that? You're not smart.
Correct. Big Mike.
Yo, Mike said Saint Big Mike of the Sticks.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so it is what it is. All right, dumbass of the week, and we have a sound for that.
Do we?
All right. Remember a while ago, I mentioned how animal people are some of the worst people in the world.
Yeah.
And then there was a little pushback, and I clarified, but I'll do it again.
Big Mike.
I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I've had pets most of my life.
You have a pet now.
I have a pet now. Tim has had like 37 cats. And that's all in his adult life.
Nigga, that's
because
not the case.
It is. Now, I'm obviously not talking about people who just happen to own and love their pets.
Right.
Clearly, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, we get on here and talk about our cats all the fucking time.
Yes.
I'm talking about the people who use pets as their foremost personality trait.
Mm-hmm.
They are often horrible people and value their pets' lives over human lives. Mm-hmm. Another clarification real quick. There are people whose life I value less than Chaos's.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Same.
I'm saying these animal people value the lives of animals over humanity itself.
In general.
Right.
In general. Right.
Enter Dion's old neighbor.
Mike said, you mean fairies? That's ridiculous.
No, that's a completely different type of animal person. Completely different type of animal person. Enter Dion's old neighbor. Dion lost her dog last week.
Yeah.
Now,
shout out to Dion, man.
She has had this dog for a while, and she was absolutely heartbroken about it.
I've been there. I know.
I'm going to read the post. You gave us 11 years of pure love. My heart is truly broken, but I am happy you are not suffering anymore. My baby girl, you wouldn't respond to no one else today, but when I called your name and said, Mommy's here, you lifted your head. The bond we had was amazing. You weren't just my dog. You were my fur baby. My daughter girl, Mommy loves you so much, and I know you fought hard. I'm so sad you took your last breath in front of us, but relieved you were surrounded by so much love. R.I.P. Lucille. Lulu. All right.
I've been there. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Absolutely.
I get it. Yeah.
So she had told us, what up, Shanta? She had told us before she made the post. She told us before it happened, actually. I don't know all the details, but she was like, basically, we gonna have to put her down. And I think it turns out that they didn't end up having to put her down, but whatever. So she hit us up before she made that post, and then it happened. She made the post. Next day, she sends us a screenshot. Now, there's a person who went on that post that I just read, and in that post, as the main post, she shared pictures of the dog and her daughters and her dog and blah 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 blah.
Right,
So
right.
in that post, someone came on that post and commented. First, you know those little Facebook exclusive gifts, but they're like stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she now I don't know. I ain't looked at the original post, so I don't know for sure. But where she got this screenshot, the first comment for this person is of a dog who looks like they're laughing, like holding in a laugh. That's their first post.
All right.
Their second comment, I don't want to go through that with my boy, with a picture of her dog.
I saw that. I saw
The
that.
third comment,
I saw
he's
that.
about to be 5 years in December. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What could you? I'm trying. So, whenever I see somebody doing some dumb shit or some cruel shit, I'm talking about everyday civilians because I know why rich people and all that other shit. That's self-explanatory. I don't have to think hard about that. It's not confusing.
Right.
Everyday civilians. Whenever I see shit like that, I think like, what happened? Why?
Who raised you?
Yeah, like how did your mind land on that this is the right thing to do? Right? And it's worse when it's something that is quote unquote unintentional.
Yes.
Cause
you just completely lack awareness.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you talking? I don't want to go through that with my boy and then post a picture of your dog.
Yo, I saw that shit. I saw it.
I simply don't understand. I don't get what you think you accomplished here. Like, I don't know. To me, it just felt like that's grounds to get your ass beat. I don't know. That's me. I'm not. Listen. That's just my opinion. I just feel like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, what? Like that's a thing.
It's a whole thing, bro.
Hold up. All right. So there's another dumbass of the week, and matter of fact, I'm gonna play it first before I even give any commentary. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna ask you what you think.
Okay.
All right. Let me go back here.
Real reason why a lot of people are upset about this whole food stamps, SNAP benefit thing, bro, is because they're selling their food stamps, bro. They're selling them. I'm telling you, they are selling their food stamps, bro. You know how many people in New York and other states right now are going to the corner store, the deli, and they're selling their food stamps, bro? They're selling, that's why they're getting like $4,000, $3,000 in food stamps, and they're selling it for cash. They'll get $4,000 in food stamps and they'll just take like $1,000 in cash. Like, bro, like that's happening like everywhere. That's why they're mad. That is exactly why they're mad right now. And you know the thing about it too? They will never admit to selling their food stamps. But it's happening. All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Like, the real reason why a lot of people are upset about this whole food stamps, SNAP benefit thing, bro, is because
what we have to address is the underlining issues. Because we from the hood, we know there are people that do that. There are people that do
There are people that sell food stamps, yes.
We have to address the underlying issues. And this is why, by the way, y'all can't really fix your system. This is why. So the underlying issue is people are strapped for cash. And that those food stamps become a form of income.
Yeah.
When people don't make enough money from their job to do other things. For instance, pay a bill like their insurance. Like, that's why that type of stuff happens. This clown ass nigga gets on social media because he's one of the good ones, right? And makes this big show of snitching. I'm going to tell all of you right now, with the way they carrying on with the SNAP shit and the Medicare shit and all of that, if you see somebody in a supermarket put something in their pocket, mind your motherfucking business. Mind your business. Because they don't have a problem taking resources from you. They don't have a problem doing it. And they don't care about the results of your life. They don't. It's none of my business. I see it and I don't see it. Oh, I'm sure you're going to pay for it eventually. he ain't made his way up to the thing yet. So, yeah, he wanted to keep it separate from the rest of his shit. This shit this clown ass motherfucker's doing is crazy when you consider what the numbers actually are. To then try to apply that to say this is widespread. You know the majority of people that get food stamps?
White people.
Do ya? It ain't who you think.
Yeah.
Or who they try to make you believe it is.
Correct.
I saw the numbers the other day.
So, speaking of numbers, fns.usda.gov/SNAP/recipient/eligibility.
Uh-oh.
There's a frequently asked questions section, and one of the questions is, how much could I receive in SNAP benefits?
Uh-oh.
It goes by people in household. And it also goes by income and blah, 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 right? But let's say we're ignoring the income requirement because we're talking about people who get
Yes.
food stamps. So they're obviously eligible income-wise.
Yes.
So we're going to ignore that variable. If there is one person in your household, your maximum monthly allotment is $298.
How you get $4,000 for $200?
And for sake of brevity, let's skip to 5 people. If there are 5 people in your household, your maximum monthly allotment, $1,183. That's 5 mouths to feed. Let's go to the highest number that they have on here, 8 people. 8 people in your household. What is your maximum allotment? $1,789. And for each additional person, you get an additional $218. So, for you to get to $4,000, that means that
Got a
you
classroom
have,
in your house.
that means that you have about 18 to 19 people in your household. And I guarantee you that if you have 18 to 19 people in your household, you are not going to be able to survive getting $2,000 in cash from somebody for $4,000 in food stamps.
It's like
it's just not possible,
bro. It's just crazy. Like, so me and SBJ kind of talked about what I'm about to say a little bit before the show started. They just gave $4 trillion to the wealthiest motherfuckers on the planet in the form of tax cuts. And you sitting around here lying about it being a widespread issue that motherfuckers is selling $4,000 of food stamps. They're getting $4,000 worth of food stamps. How many households have 18 people in them, bro?
Very few. I would wager to say less than 1,000.
Less. Especially when your other complaint is motherfuckers ain't having enough babies.
Right. So yes, I would wager to say less than 1,000. households.
Y'all bother me so much because you got so much indignant feelings within you towards the poor. But motherfuckers that are actually making your life what it is from the outside, that are literally constructing the environment for you to struggle in, you got nothing to say, you bootlicking asshole. While you're worried about your health care, while you're worried about having enough to eat, while you're worried about your job being taken from you, these same motherfuckers who you refuse to mention are building $200 million ballrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You sicken me beyond measure. And if it wasn't for the fact that a lot of good people are going to suffer from all of this, I'd be tempted to say you deserve it. But because I know it's not the vast majority of people, I know it's just this loud minority of you who are doing that. I cannot have that sentiment. Because good people are going to be made to pay for that shit. But when I see you bitch ass motherfuckers get on social media and say, I'm one of the good ones, they doing that, and then you lying. I'm not even gonna hold you. It makes me want to slap the shit out of him.
Mm.
It really does. Like that shit. The fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with your conditioned ass. They created a work culture here in this country that does not benefit you as a worker.
Mm.
And when they try to do things over the course of time to make life easier for the worker, which is the 5-day-a-week work week, 40-hour work week, weekends off, OSHA, making sure the motherfuckers didn't have you working in conditions that would fuck you up. Unions. When they did these things, you know how people bled for a lot of that shit? You motherfuckers inevitably will go back to bootlicking billionaires.
Mm.
That's what you'll do every fucking time. Every fucking time. I got a friend, man, that I've known since, I want to say, 8th grade. I've known since the 8th grade. Love him to death. But he's one of them ones who sees somebody with a big bank account and instantly thinks moral superiority. Because they made all this money, they gotta. Nigga, no, you can make that money exploiting people. Or you are good at a specific thing. And you manage to monetize that specific thing and you got all this money. That doesn't make you morally superior. That doesn't mean you come baked in with good intentions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that.
Correct.
But some of y'all be on that dumb shit, man. And it's like, yo, you always got the pour in your motherfucking mouth saying negative shit about the motherfuckers. And I hate it. As somebody that came from scarcity, that watched my mom, which is her birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday, Mom. I recalled it earlier. Happy birthday. I watched my mom struggle so we had food. I was one of her kids that kind of internalized how she was feeling. And it would spark me not to ask for certain shit. We be in the store. I'm not asking for that. What did you? Mama can't afford that. And I don't want to make her feel bad because she can't afford that.
Right.
So I'm not going to be that type of asshole ass kid. So every time I see y'all do that shit, I think about my mom. How she bust her ass and still it was never enough. I didn't even know we had food stamps because she would never send us to the store with them because she didn't want us to feel that stigma. So when she went to the market, she'd use them, but she wouldn't send us to the store with them. So I never knew we used them.
But here's another thing about this, though, right? This whole, they're just selling the food stamps. The implication that Actually, I would go further and further than the implication. The accusation that people are just selling their food stamps implies, if it's on the wide scale that they say it is, implies that the people who need it all have it.
Right.
Right? Because if you're eligible for it, why wouldn't you have it if it's just okay, Maryland. Maryland, 85% of people who are eligible participate. Only 85%. Let me see. Whoops. Only 85%. Let me see. Pick another random state.
Missouri.
84%.
Alabama.
Bama. These Bamas. 81%. So like, California, 66%.
Get out of my head.
66% of people who are eligible to receive SNAP benefits in California use them.
Yo, you know what's funny about you saying that?
That's a Democratic state.
This is the welfare state that they claim. This is one of the welfare states. But the truth has always been that the red states utilize far more of the social services than a lot of the blue states. That's been the case for a while. But the argument that's being made, much to the detriment of the red states, is that the only people using them, or the vast majority of people who are using it, come from blue states. And we don't like them. That's them damn liberals, them leftards. That's them, right? Mm-hmm. So they go and they cut them services. But if you're the majority of the people using it, not the people you can't stand, who is this hurting more? You. And you put motherfuckers in office to represent you in D.C. to take benefits from you.
Yeah.
I needed to eat, and all I got is this dumb red hat. Chrissy says, also, a lot of people buying stamps are people that don't get enough that also qualify. Yep. Families be getting $50. True. Mike says, if I could just say this, if they are selling their food stamps, the question should follow, why are this? Maybe, just maybe, the insane rent prices. What did I just say earlier about people are selling it because you cannot pay rent with food stamps?
There are reasons.
You can't pay your insurance with food stamps. You can't pay your little car note to help you get back and forth to that shitty ass job that don't pay you enough in the first place with food stamps. Y'all won't look at the system-wide problem. All you're going to do is pull at the threads of the symptoms of the system. And that is why you fail. And that is why you will continue to fail. But meanwhile, while you're fussing over a measly few bucks, because let's call a spade, that is not a lot of money.
Right.
You're giving people who already have multiple homes in multiple states and countries, multiple vehicles, yachts, all of these things. You're giving them these huge ass tax breaks. Mind you, they were able to afford all that extravagant shit that we can't afford before you gave them the tax cut.
Correct.
It was already, and you know what? They need more money. You don't take care of your people. But the first thing you do is the moment somebody talks about sending money overseas, I see motherfuckers get their ass on their back about the foreign aid, which is actually a small percentage of the budget, right? I see a lot of folks get their ass on their back where they say, we need that money for our people. When you gonna spend it on your people? When you gonna do that?
Never.
I hear you talking, but I see these other countries with a smaller GDP than the United States has having universal health care for their people. I see a country with way more people than us, over 1 billion people, have universal health care for their folks. So all this talk about America first, and we got to spend money on our people. When you going to do that? What part of the plan revolves around you spending money on your people, making sure their standard of living is at bare minimum reasonable? When you plan on doing that? Oh, you want to stop sending money overseas and exercising soft power, which, by the way, gave you all the benefits that you had globally as Americans that we fucking take for granted. For instance, when you travel, goofies, that American passport gets you benefits that a lot of other countries don't have, even when it comes to immigrating to another country. Ask me how I know. So, no. Right. So you motherfuckers don't realize that one of the main reasons you got all of this benefit of the doubt shit, all of these fringe benefits of having a U.S. passport, is because, one, America rebuilt Europe after World War II, which gave them a lot of stroke. Because we was the only ones that could, honestly. Because they fought the battle on their land, destroyed their infrastructure. We had mad factories over here that was making toys that we turned into bullet making manufacturers and rifle making and tank making. So you exhausted all of your shit, after years of giving. By the way, a lot of that fucking foreign aid was predatory too, because they wasn't giving it because they felt bad. They wasn't giving it for that. They was giving it to have control and also have access. So y'all decided them people ain't shit. All them people starving, all them people in these war-torn areas that, by the way, are war-torn because y'all play games. Big countries don't want to fight each other because that's going to be some shit. So they play games with the smaller companies as proxy wars. And you fuck up their economies, you fuck up their civilizations and shit. Then you give this small percentage of your budget as foreign aid. But know what that small percentage of your budget got you? Access, fringe benefits. You snatch it all away. Then you tell people who were your allies, they ain't shit no more. Y'all ain't shit. Fuck y'all. By the way, eat this tariff, motherfucker. Eat this. Eat that. All of this under the auspices of we got to do for our people. Only to get over here and see you motherfuckers not doing for your people. Where's that? When does that part happen? The first thing you do is make sure that you spend whatever political capital you have on giving tax cuts to motherfuckers who don't need them. Not on shoring up the social safety nets for the people. It's corny as fuck. And then you conditioned as serfs. Y'all run around here parroting the talking points of the uber wealthy. Like you think that's going to help you. Like somehow one day you're going to be them when statistically, no. You are closer to being homeless than you are to being them. But you thumb your nose up at the homeless people.
Right.
That shit sucks. Y'all suck. And like I said, if I thought for 1 second it was the vast majority of you and not this rather loud, significant number, but not the majority, I would say you deserve to have all of this shit stripped from you because you're too fucking stupid to have it. The first thing you have to learn, if you plan on doing anything productive with this system, is learning who your enemy is. Who the people who act directly against your interest. You fighting for the interests of people who you may never be in the same class as is dumb as fuck. Because before you even get up there, you still have to live with the conditions you have. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. And that's why, just in my opinion, motherfuckers are squeezing the treasury of everything now. The robbery is in. All that tax money y'all been giving all these years that you're still giving now. They squeezing that shit and putting it in their fucking pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to go off into the sunset, switch out some of their money after the dollar completely tanks. Well, excuse me, before the dollar completely tanks,
Right.
they're going to change that shit over to something else that doesn't, because they got the loot to do it. They're going to go off in the sunset, and you're going to be sitting here in a dystopian-ass environment where now all the goofies are out. Well, shit, I ain't going to starve, so I'm going to have to hurt somebody to get what I don't have. You're going to be amongst all of that shit. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's just the dumbest shit ever. And when it happens, when it comes to pass, I will almost guarantee you that y'all still going to be playing political games with your talking points instead of recognizing that whether one side or the other is a little slightly better or worse than the other side, they all contributed to the mess that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is the higher-ups with both of them are going to squeeze this piggy bank and be gone. And your monkey ass is going to left holding the bag, and there's going to be nothing in the bag.
No, thanks.
What's up, McKenna?
Hey. But, I guess there's no actual transition for this. Week in review.
So let me start with this. I don't really have a whole lot. So last year, around this time, I made a prediction in my household. No one's coming to get candy. They're not out there doing that like they used to. And actually, I was wrong. I was informed that 5 people actually came up to the house. Miss Davis.
Yeah. She can't hear you.
I was informed that 5 people came up to the house and got some candy. So I made a prediction again this year because I still overall believe that is a waning tradition, that no one was going to come. No one came. There could be several reasons for this, but I do know there hasn't been any major transitions as far as people moving out of the block.
Right.
So those same kids still live around here, but they didn't come to the door. I'm wondering. There's a lot of reasons I could give for why that's the case. But be that as it may, no one came. No one. So what does that mean for the house? It means there's a bowl of candy upstairs that was untouched. So what does that mean for me specifically? Well, you've already seen some of it. As we've been doing the show, I've been slowly scarfing down Reese cups, little Hershey thingies, and little chocolate bars and Kit Kats. Yes. And there's still some more up there. Now, I just saw my daughter go upstairs, which means she had an old moment. Oh, why she heard me talk about it. Oh, is there really candy upstairs?
Oh my goodness.
I would not be surprised. Exactly. She just came down the steps with candy in her hand. What did I say? What did I say? So Halloween, my prediction continues that it will continue to wane and limp along. And once we turn this into the dystopian post-8-1, No one's gonna have the money to be purchasing candy willy-nilly for some damn holiday. You'd be lucky to
sure.
you get an apple. And the apple they grew in a tree in their backyard.
Bruh.
So the other thing, I have been lapsed this week. Really the last few weeks. There has been an ongoing project in this house to lessen the clutter. Now, everyone has different reasons for this. One is for efficiency, having the space to do business, because we run like about 3 businesses out of this house, right? And the stuff is cluttered. That is part of the reason for the clutter, by the way. We run 3 businesses out here. But part of my reasoning also for doing this is because I really want to practice living a minimalist existence when it comes to owning things. Why? Because when you own a lot of stuff, you are no longer erudite enough to just be able to pick up and bounce. You have to pick up and bounce. You got a lot of shit. Also, half the shit we don't use on a regular basis. It just, if at all, right? If at all. It's just another thing to collect dust, another thing to be in the way, another thing to be cluttered. And after having that 5-day jaunt to Panama and staying in that condo, which was very minimalist, I like that shit. We walked through that door. There was the dining room table with the chairs. There was the living room with the coffee table, couch, 2 end chairs, and the TV on the damn entertainment center. And that was it. There was one little plastic chair for the patio out there, right? What up, McKenna? Like, but other than that,
You old.
other than that, that's what, and that's the other, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the other thing. That is the other thing.
I hate you so much.
Listen, I have seen, God damn it,
Oh.
as a younger man, I have walked into older people's homes and seen the clutter. They've lived at the same place for decades, and they have accumulated quite a bit of stuff. It's a lot. When you pass, and you will pass, right? You will pass. That stuff is still hanging the fuck around.
I mean, sure.
And it becomes sometimes very contentious. Just somebody who's lived through it.
Sure.
Of ownership. Family members went
Right.
there, they went there, they went this, went that. And most of y'all motherfuckers don't have a will. I have a will. And I keep it updated. Most of you motherfuckers don't have a will, right? So now people fighting over I don't want none of that shit. Also, you already know what I want to do. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of more than 10 things in here that I would take with me. So some of this other shit don't really need to be here. So, case in point. Now, we hold these particular items in reverence here. My wife's father's comic books. They are held in reverence, at least by me, by my son, probably by my daughter, because these are comic books. And some of these, messing with them the other day to take them out of the long boxes and put them in more water sealable things or whatever. Like, I'm looking at some of the titles. Every time I go through them, I see something go, oh shit, he had this. Oh shit, he had this. We hold that in reverence.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that reverence, they're in the way. They just are. Now, years ago, I got rid of most of my physical comics. Most of my physical comics are no longer with us, right? I still have some, but most of them are not with us. To be clear, the collection of his that we still have is not a fraction of what he used to have. A fraction, right? So what I've been doing is taking them, putting them in these containers that my wife got, and now we had to figure out where to put them. So we do have a storage shack out back. So I went out there the other day because it's my wife's idea. Hey, let's put this in the shack back there, and everything will be everything. The problem is these are a lot of comic books.
Yeah.
And
You
these
are a
comic
lot of
books, I really am. And because of that, those plastic totes, like we still don't really have enough plastic totes. And we have like 6 of them so far, right? Actually, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 7 of them.
You don't know how to count now?
Shut up.
No.
7 of them.
My bad.
So I went and looked in the storage shack. And this is what the fuck I'm talking about right here. Mad clutter. Shit that don't need. Shit that we can bulk pick up that shit the fuck up out of here. Get that shit the fuck up out of here, right? So that's what I started back on that again. I went through, I looked at the stuff that's there. I said, all right, this can go. Ain't nobody using this. This can go. This can go. And I'm making a list of the
Checking it
things.
twice?
And I already found out who was naughty and nice. There was nobody nice. So all that shit's getting up out of here, right? All that's getting up out of here. So I got the list, and I'm going to call Monday and set up the appointment. They usually come on Thursdays and on Fridays. I'll set the appointment and get some of this shit the fuck up out of here. But when I do leave, the only thing I want to take with me is my hard drives and my cameras. I'm dead ass. I am dead ass. I'm not worried about no damn clothes because one, where I'm going, I can buy them there. It's like the fuck, right?
Where
and
we're
also,
going, there are no roads.
There are no roads. Exactly, right? But McKenna says, I feel you, Chrissy. We advise our patients to start cleaning out their houses in their 60s and 70s because after that, you don't have the energy and it becomes your kid's problem. Exactly.
Yeah.
And exactly. Mike says, only issue, McKenna, I sometimes don't follow it, but it's my general rule that I try to follow. I just get lazy. And I think his rule was, his general view on it is that if you haven't touched it in a year, get rid of it. You don't need it. Then McKenna says, rule. Yeah, it is. McKenna says, my boss got rid of a bunch of stuff in her house last year and filled 2 dumpsters full. You don't realize how much stuff you accumulated until you start trying to clean or downsize that part. Mm-hmm. That part right here. And we've already seen this numerous times. It's time for us to learn from that experience. For instance, we've moved quite a few times since me and wife have been together, right? And every time it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Trying to pack shit and be like, look at all this shit we got. Do we really need to take this? Do we need that sort of shit, yo? And it's annoying. We don't need it. I don't use it. Listen, there are activities that I once engaged in on a regular basis that I no longer, nor do I have the desire to. So all of the things that are still there that are as a result of that activity, they're just sitting there collecting fucking dust. I need to even sell them or shit can them. One or the other, right? But I need to be in a position where I can just grab my shit and bounce. Yeah. Like, all right, it's that time. We leaving. I got my hard drives. Put that shit. I need 2 bags. I need to be able to have 2 bags and get the fuck up out of here with all the shit that matters to me, right? Two suitcases. All right, let's go. I'm out. I'm out. Everything else we'll pick up along the way. We'll pick that shit up when we at the other place, right? That's how I want to be. And again, to reiterate the fact that, I am 4 years out from 60, right? Like the time to do this shit is now. Because like McKenna said, when I'm myself, I don't feel like doing that shit.
Sure, absolutely.
I feel like doing that shit, right? Now I'm stuck with this shit, or it becomes my kids' problem. Shit they got to deal with. If and when I'm out of here, right? They got to deal with that shit. So no, getting that out the way. The other thing this week, of course, has been, of course, creativity, in the form of writing for IPs, and also working on the platform, right? And I gotta say that platform is looking more and more tasty every day. More and more features being added that was on the checklist of things that we wanted during launch. And I am extremely happy with what I'm seeing, even just as a publisher, right? Because of the way I'm able to present the comics, because of those many features. And I know that other publishers are going to feel the same way. They're going to, because I get to do this. I can present. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. Can I do? Sure. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but you absolutely could, because the option is right there. That shit is game changing. It's game changing. It has me looking at comics completely different now, too, which says a lot, because I've been reading comics since I was 8. All right. So that says a lot. It's I wholeheartedly believe it's going to transform the way people think about how to present their comic books. It's going to transform it. Because for most of the time that I've been collecting comic books, it's really only a couple of ways you can engage with your comic, right? You get it, you read it, then you put it up, right? You get it, you read, you put it up every so often. I want to go back and look at, and then you go and get that, look at that. But that's about it. Mm-hmm. Even with digital comics, it's roughly the same thing. Digital comics have been, I have this reader. I no longer have to have so much real estate in my house taken up by these comic books, because I can have them all on my hard drive, and that's good. That's a push forward. But at the end of the day, I just basically read it. I go, oh yeah, this was dope. But that's it. Once you have it, it sits on your computer until you're ready to go back and read it again. This platform seeks to change a lot of that. A lot of that. And what's more, it depending on the publisher, there can be a steady stream of content based around just one of your comics. So I'm excited about that. So I've been working on that this week, a lot on that this week. And also, of course, I already noticed that some people have already gone to the website and purchased the new merch.
You don't know.
We haven't even done the actual launch run, right, for it yet. Also, just so you know, there's going to be different versions of some of that same stuff. Different versions of some of that same stuff coming. I don't want to get too much details on it, but it's coming. It's 100% coming. But I'm happy that people are supporting it. One of the things we've been trying to do business-wise is do more on-demand stuff, right? This is a part of also the clutter conversation we had earlier. The bottom line is some of the stuff that's in here is business-related. Most of the stuff, I would say, that's really cluttering stuff is business-related. So a lot of those are comic books and comic book adjacent stuff from Majestic. The containers, the packaging, all the little accessories. I have like 1, 2, 3 tall white drawers just full of shit. And that's still not all of it, because I got some boxes.
That sounds like that stink.
Yo, you should shoosh.
Oh.
And
My bad.
the point is, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So us streamlining stuff is definitely part of the thing. Also, us adding to the structure of the business this week. Pretty awesome, right? So next year is going to be, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. What I need from you all, I need you to be on some, you need to hold society together a little while longer. Don't let this shit collapse in on us. You know what I'm saying? You guys do that, I promise you, we're going to have some ill-ass shit for y'all next year. Some ill-ass shit. But yeah, that's my week.
Is it?
It is. It is.
I don't believe you. None of that actually happened to you.
All of it.
Oh. Let me see. A bunch of stuff happened. I don't know. I guess we'll start with
Baby watch. Oh.
yeah, Baby Watch. There's not much. Baby shower planning has begun. It'll be a piece of cake in comparison to the wedding.
Mike is silly as fuck.
But still, it's more work that has to be done.
Right.
And just like before, people aren't following directions as far as the invites are going. But at this point, I don't know if it's that they're just not following instructions or if they're tired of us, they're sick of us. Either one is probably, I say 50% chance of either one of those things being the case. The Evite is live. The Facebook event is live. If you hear this and want to come, you might have already been sent an invite. Otherwise, just hit us up. Yeah, I think that's all for Baby Watch. Like, that's obviously not going to be as active as Wedding Watch.
Oh no.
Until the baby comes.
Until the baby gets here, then it's all active.
Oh, then that's all it is. It's just Baby Watch. Like my whole week in review is going to be Baby Watch.
Right. As you watch the baby.
Let's get to work. I don't like it.
Yo, we trying to change that, bro.
No, I know.
We trying to change that, bro.
I'm just currently.
Yeah.
So the quickest thing, just an aside. So I was at one of the offices Tuesday, and a tenant called in saying that they had a sewage backup in their bathroom. They said the toilet and the tub were overflowing. Does anything about that sentence trigger something?
Yes, it does, because that literally happened here.
Well, all right.
Literally in this house.
All right, hold up. Words have meanings.
Wait a minute. Why do y'all have a tub in your okay? All right.
Do you understand how much the volume of a bathtub?
Yes.
That means...
yeah. Hold up. Stop. I gotta amend. So what I was talking about is that the tub filled a little bit.
No. They used the very specific. They use the word over. Both the tub and toilet are overflowing.
Listen.
Do you understand how much shit?
Yo, I don't know what they was doing or
they're,
what they
they're
did
on
that
the,
week.
They're on the first floor. Well, they're on the bottom floor, so it's not necessarily them, but
yo, that whole apartment complex is full of shit.
Either they're lying, they don't know what words mean, or this is a very shitty situation.
Listen. What this means is they're full of shit. That whole look,
no matter which one,
no matter which way, they're full of shit.
I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? That's nasty as shit. Anyway, all right.
Gross.
Next, training. Back to work means back to training. I have never done this much training in my life. Now,
wait a minute. Are you training?
I'm
yourself,
training
or
people.
Are you training the people? Oh,
yes. I've never done this much training in my life. It is the absolute worst. I never want to do it again. 0 stars. Don't recommend. You know my biggest pet peeve in life is now?
People.
Well, sure. If you want to be broad. But specifically, why the fuck don't people look at directions? Now, let's be clear.
I know why.
If I order something that needs to be put together, I might, depending on what it is, choose to just start putting together and not look at instructions.
Shout out to my cousin Robert. That's been his entire existence.
No, that's different. We're not doing that. But it depends on what it is. And I might not look at the instructions. So that aspect of it, I completely understand. But here's where the problem comes in. First, I'm decently handy and I'm tech savvy. So I have experience putting certain things together. So if it's one of those things, I'm likely to just start putting it together because I have that experience.
Wait a minute. How did you get handy? Like, what was the process?
Doing things.
Oh, see, that's the difference between you and I, right? I didn't really become somewhat handy until I was an adult. You know why? Because while my stepdad was that guy, there was literally nothing you could say, ask him to do. He didn't know how to do, put together, blah, blah, because that's the generation he comes from.
Yeah.
However, me and my stepdad, when I was a kid, weren't close.
Yeah.
We didn't get super cool. I had those feelings of, that's my dad, until I was an adult. So I didn't learn none of that stuff from him. I was in the street.
Right.
I ain't learned that shit from him. Now, how to steal a bike and break that shit down?
Okay. All right.
And then rebuild another bike from the parts of that? Sure. Absolutely. Right? How to jam me into a car? Got you. But building shit and fixing plumbing and putting together, no, I had to. That's on the job training, B.
No, yes, absolutely. Well, I also had the benefit of working for a leasing agency.
That's true, and I'm sure it was a bunch of shit I had to.
Yeah. So that's really how I got mine. Not to say my stepfather was a maintenance man for the vast majority of my childhood, but as far as I knew, nothing broke. Like, not to say never, but like.
Right.
As far as my experience as a child, I didn't really see many things that were messed up. That
maybe
don't mean it didn't happen.
Break. Maybe it didn't break because he was that nigga.
Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Because he was
maybe
that
they
nigga.
didn't dare. They didn't dare to challenge to test him. I don't know. I'm just saying I ain't seen it. So I didn't have much experience watching him fix shit. It's just because there was nothing to fix from what I saw. But then again, I did stay in my room all the time. So if I was in the house, I was in my room. If I wasn't in my room, I wasn't in the house.
Yeah, facts.
But again, I get that first initial desire to not look at the instruction if you have experience with the thing. I get that because you might not need it. Because that's where audacity comes in. I have the audacity because of my experience to believe that I can do this thing.
You have the audacity of hope.
Exactly.
I had the audacity of nope.
But second, once I run into trouble, the very next thing I do is look at the instructions.
Of course you do. It's right there.
The very next thing is either I look at the instructions. Well, no, the next thing I do is look at the instructions. If the instructions don't help, I go to YouTube.
Yo, YouTube has been an endless source of information for me, but I'm gonna tell you something else I've been doing. I've been using AI. Like I have it on my phone and it can see. So I go, all right, I don't know what the fuck. Look at this.
Right.
So I'm trying to do such and such and such. This is the model number, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me what I ain't gonna hold you. That's like having a second brain, yo. It's like having a second brain.
Sure, they're because you know how to use it.
Yeah.
So these people who I'm training don't have any relevant experience to what they're being trained on.
You don't know that.
And they never refer back to their fucking instructions once they have an issue. They either guess or ask me.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Since you're training them now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you give them a syllabus?
No, there's no fucking syllabus. It's just it's a detailed set of instructions with screenshots.
Listen, your instructions,
do
they come with a preset instruction? If you don't understand it, look at the goddamn instruction you
Here's
made.
The problem. And it's the worst thing. Yo, I have never. So
you would think that would be the go-to, though.
I'm not gonna answer you. What do your notes say?
Yeah, you would think, right, that's the go-to. All right,
but it's not. It's a thing. Apparently, so. When I was training at the first location, I was thinking, all right, this is just an age thing because there's an old lady. She'll, no, it's not. The person at the second location, while she's doing miles better than the first location did.
Yes.
There are still times, like I went in there, she did something, and I was like, "You did this wrong." And she's like, "Okay, what did I do wrong?" I said, "You missed a couple things." She said, what did I miss? I said, look at your notes.
Bro.
Look at your notes. You know how you would not have missed this thing? If you were reading your notes as you were going along.
Bro,
look
I'm
at the
telling
notes.
You, I've been saying this for a while. It's will. Like, yes, there are times when it's age. Yeah. It is where they don't see as well. Their minds aren't as quick to learn new things. Yes, but a lot of times it's will, bro. It's will.
Yeah.
Some of these kids don't have the will to sit there and actually use that structure. And part of it is there's a resistance.
Yeah.
There's somewhere in them, there's a resistance. I gotta do this shit.
Yeah.
Somewhere in them is that, and it's keeping them stuck.
My thing is, why do people do this? And it's everybody. Like, I keep having to say the words, look at your notes, to everyone involved in the process. Literally
you should get a shirt, yo. Your
shirt
should have,
I ain't gonna
look
hold
at your
you.
notes.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I might do a hoodie.
Yes, yo.
That says look at your notes. And put it on our fucking merch store.
Yes,
and buy that shit. And
I'm
wear it to
telling
work.
you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
And every time somebody say, I might do that.
Yo, you need a face mask too with that on there that says, look at you.
McKenna said, this is when I remind you guys the average reading comprehension level in the U.S. is 4th grade. And that's funny because we just talked about this, what was it, last week, about what the reading comprehension, what illiteracy means when people actually say that.
Yes.
And this is a part of that.
Yes.
This is a part of that. The very fact that you believe that it would be more of a prudent use of your time to fish around this foreign platform than to just simply look at the instructions that you have at your disposal. Like,
it's literacy, bro. I gotta read.
Don't understand that part. Like, what are we talking about? Why is this an issue? And then the one lady, the one time I had told her to look at her notes, she like, all right, I see this. And she like, there's not on here
comprehension.
I said there are words.
McKenna
she said,
just said
I thought it was just pictures.
McKenna just said it.
No, listen to what I just said.
She didn't even look at the words.
Right. I thought it was just pictures. What do you mean? Do you not have eyes?
The hills have. Hold up. Let me see if I understand it. The hills have eyes, but you don't.
You stupid. The words are right there on the page. Between every picture,
in her defense,
is words.
And her defense is in Sanskrit. So how's she supposed to read that shit?
Nigga, it's the second most annoying thing of this whole process. The first,
people.
There's this one annoying guy from another company. I've talked about him before. People. For some reason, he's trying to rush us moving into this transition. Now, I get being enthused about what's going on. I get that. I'm enthused about what's going on, minus me being annoyed by the training aspect of it.
Right.
So I get that. I even get that us switching over to this new process could potentially mean more money for his company. I get that. I understand how capitalism and all that other bullshit works.
Right.
My issue is the impatience.
Yeah.
He makes me want to ignore him. And I really don't want to ignore him, but he makes me want to ignore him. So
why don't you do it?
I simply cannot.
Oh.
I ignore him for as long as I can get away with ignoring him.
Right.
Let me know if I'm overreacting. So his company plays a part in our applications process. They all run through him. So that's why he's even involved in this transition. He has his own login to this new system on our account because that's how he can check to see if he needs to do anything. I'm going to say it again. He has his own login to this system on our account because that's how he can check to see that he needs to do anything. One more time. That's how he can check to see if he needs to do anything. So he keeps bothering us about when we're going to go live.
When are you going to go live?
Here's the latest scenario. So Debbie has to do a thing Debbie has to do a thing.
Yo, Sean said you need a larger font on it.
Debbie has to do a thing to trigger his part in the process.
Okay.
His part doesn't exist until after Debbie does a step, right?
Right.
There's nothing he can do before that happens. Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yes. That fact alone, to me, means that there is no reason for him to be pestering us.
True.
Because whenever she does what she needs to do, is when he can do what he needs to do.
Right.
Now you may ask, well,
I
is
may.
he alerted when she does her part?
It's
The
a good
answer
question.
The answer I have for you is, I don't fucking know. But
Oh.
what I do know
What you know?
is that while I was out, matter of fact, all right, before I was out, that last week of work before the honeymoon, he asked one of us about one of the two of us about the when we're going live. We gave him an answer. Friday, after I left downtown, he called me and he left me a voice message asking me the same thing. Now,
Interesting.
Now, while I was out on the honeymoon, Debbie accidentally did that step that would normally be her part on one of the prospects that wasn't ready for that to happen yet, right? He called her that same day.
Oh.
Right? He called her facts, McKenna. He called her that same day, like maybe 30 minutes later.
Right.
So that means that
What's that mean?
he has a way to be alerted, or that he is checking regularly enough to know when we do something. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So why the fuck does he keep asking us when we're going to start? He asked me again before I left for the honeymoon. I answered him. He asked Debbie while I was away. She answered him. He asked Debbie again Monday. Monday, Debbie was off the rest of this week. Monday, he emailed her and asked her, hey, when are we starting? Blah, 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 blah. Well, it's to the point that she's frustrated with him. She forwards me the email and she's like, what do I say to him? So I told her, I said, tell her that we are, hold up. Yeah, I said, tell him that we're going to be starting soon, but, I will let him know when we are ready for him.
Okay.
She sent him that exact message. Okay. He then proceeded to email me and ask me when the next one was coming. So I replied back, hey, one of the locations is live now, but there are still a couple kinks that we need to work out. Whenever we get a prospect through the entire process and need to order a report from you, we will let you know. It should be sometime this week. You would think that would be the end of it, right?
That's fine. That's fine. You did what you're supposed to.
No, he responded. Hey, hi, James. No record of receiving any applications from that property yet. Do you show anything submitted? Sir, did I or anybody else tell you that there was something submitted? Why do you think something has been submitted?
Well, why do you think something has not been submitted, nigga?
I immediately called that property. I said, hey, did such and such call y'all? They were like, no, we didn't talk to him. I said, okay, cool. Because that was the other thought. Like,
right.
He knows Debbie's on vacation. Maybe he called the property to ask them, and they said something because they don't really know what's going on.
Possibly.
No, he didn't even talk to them.
Oh.
He's just like, hey, I haven't seen anything be submitted. Do you see anything being submitted? No, because nothing was submitted. What do you mean? Leave me the fuck.
That part. Listen. That what you just said. I swear that shit stays.
He means
ingrained.
well, but he is so fucking annoying. Like, bro. First of all, no, I ain't gonna go that far. But leave me alone. Understand what words mean. If I tell you that we will let you know, that means we will let you fucking know. And that is an issue that I've had with these with emails before with some of these other fucking companies talking about, can we do such and such? We'll let you know. Okay. 2 weeks later, hey, didn't I say we'll let you know? That means I will inform you. Don't call us. We'll call you. Matter of fact, that might be my next response to him. I ain't even gonna hold you. Don't call us. We'll call you.
We'll call you.
We'll let you know when it's ready.
I hate it, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Then, on top of all of this, the actual company that owns the platform, their help is non-existent. They are terrible at customer support. Like, absolutely just like the worst customer support I can honestly say that I've ever had to deal with on any consistent basis in my life. Like, they're not helpful. You tell them you have first of all, it's 6 of them. For some reason, it's a team. The reason that doesn't make sense is because they all respond to the same email.
So why
address? Okay. So I can be talking about an issue with one of them. Let's just say John. I can be talking to John about an email, and Rebecca might respond to it. The problem with that is, then they want to get on the phone. Right. So you started talking to John. You ended up in the email conversation with Rebecca. Rebecca asks if you want to get on the phone. You say, all right, call me at such and such time. Ashley calls you and then wants to go over your problem from the very beginning because she didn't see any of the conversation with John and Rebecca. So you say to Ashley, hey, I've gone over all of this before. I really don't feel like telling you what I've already told you guys. Could you please refer to the email? Oh, okay. Why is that something that I had to tell you? If you know you're calling a client that has an ongoing problem and you don't know anything about the problem, shouldn't you do your due diligence before you call that?
Sure.
So
you want to be a stickler.
And then I've been on, I want to say 4 phone conversations. We've been dealing with this team for like a month and a half. I've been in 4 phone conversations with them. What is the success rate of my problems being fixed after being off on the phone with them?
That's a great question.
Before I answer that, my shortest phone conversation with any of them has been 40 minutes. Okay. What is my success? What is my success rate with all of these phone calls, all 4 of them? What's my success rate of my problem that I called to talk about being fixed by the time the conversation was over? 0%. Okay. The one yesterday ended, oh, well, it looks like you have everything set up right, so I have no idea what the problem is. I'll have to look into it and call you back. I'm going to go do some research and I'll see if I can find anything. And, I'll at least email you to let you know what happened. If I call you, that means I probably have good news. If I just email you, it means I'm still looking into it. So, don't expect a call. What? What is happening? What is happening right now? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So you're telling me that you have no confidence that you'll be able to solve my issue? Is what you're saying to me?
No. At least he's being honest. I hate when people.
All right, there's a way. No, you're even though you're trolling, you're actually right. You are actually right, but there's a way to do that. Like, oh my god, I was tangent. I was having this conversation with my homegirl. I don't remember if I talked about this or not, but if I did, oh well, it's only a small part of the very specific thing that she did. If you're talking to somebody, no, I think I told Chrissy. So she insisted to me that she was talking to this dude, but it was somebody she was buying something from.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, "Hey, can you look at these messages and see if this dude is trying to hit on me?" And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm looking at the messages because she wasn't accusing him. She was saying, I can't tell if he's trying to hit on me or if he's just trying to be really, really good at the whole customer service thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. So she shows me the messages. And I'm like, lady, it looks to me like you like him, actually.
Uh-oh.
Not to say that he don't necessarily like you, but
He might.
From what I'm reading, it looks as if you like, no, I don't have blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, wait, calm down. All I'm saying is,
Take it down, 1,000.
what I'm saying is, you look like from the conversation, you want the conversation to continue.
In other words, what you basically are saying without saying, she need a cup of water.
I mean, a little bit. So she like, what you mean? So I had to explain to her, like, all right, if I asked you how you were doing, right? Because she was like, I'm just being polite. I said, all right, here's the difference. If I ask you how you're doing and you say, I've had better days, I could say, oh man, I hope it gets better for you. Or I can say, oh man, what's wrong?
And that is
which one of these two sentences makes the conversation keep going?
If this person is not a friend that you know or some shit like that, whatever, you say the first.
Right.
Because the second one extends the conversation.
That part.
Into personal stuff.
Right. Yeah. Like he mentioned something about getting off work. And she's like, work where? Ma'am.
Yeah.
He said something about
you trying to get to know him? Is that what
that's what it don't like to be. That's what it like to be. I ain't, it's not accusatory. I'm just saying what's on the paper. Like, this is what it looks like. He said something about nigga, maybe, but you.
Yo, you know what that's funny. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me. So rest in peace to this particular sister. She passed away some years ago, right? Mm. She's probably a year younger than me, right? Mm-hmm. I've known her since elementary school. Not know, but know of her, right? I know her brother, all of that. We get older. I have Siobhan. Got her, having a little pack, whatever, or in a stroller. And she lived across the street from my mom. I remember so many times coming down into my mom's house with the baby. She always speak. I always speak back. A couple of times, she was just coming home. She had groceries in her thing, bunch of bags. I go over there, help her with the bags, put it in the house. Help her put it in the house. I ain't think nothing of it other than the fact this is somebody, a dude that I know, sister, that I've seen, whatever. That's all I'm thinking about. Marlon comes down there. She sees Marlon, calls Marlon over. Hey, Marlon. They get to talking. She said, ain't that your brother right there?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's Landon. Yeah, what's up? Did he be talking about me? Mom was like, it may surprise you to know that him and I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about that.
That's hilarious.
She go, oh, I know that, but he be talking about me, don't he? No. But you think that because you are obviously interested in something what's going on over here, You see me? That's a good guy. He take care of his kid. He do blah, blah, blah. That's what it is. His mom lay across. That's what it is. I'm not thinking that. Nor am I giving you any impression that
That's
you.
hilarious.
Yes.
And that's what I told her. I said, yo, I'm not saying he is or isn't, right? I'm saying that your part in it
right.
looks like you want the conversation.
What's up, Honey Dragon?
What up? McKenna says, I feel your friend on SB I don't know whether it's the Southern things I picked up on saying or just how I talk, but people tend to think I'm flirting when I'm just making conversation. Listen, I don't know. All right, whatever.
She's extending the conversation.
She's absolutely extending the conversation.
Like you're not hearing the conversation,
right?
You're reading it, so it's looking like
there's no intonation or nothing like that. It's just literally, oh, this is like it's like a choose your own adventure book, right? He says something, and then she has two places that she can go, and she always picks the one that continues the story. Every single time.
Right.
Every single time. Right. So it's like, bro, what do you think? All right. She was adamant. Oh, no, I'm not doing it. I said, bro, I hear you, but I see the conversation.
I hear you. I just want you to know that you're heard. You are heard. But I also see.
Yeah, nigga, my eyes aren't. Whatever. The point
Put your hands where my eyes can see them.
You stupid. All right. Let us. You know what?
What's up?
It's time.
Is it?
I think everybody should know what time it is. It's time for the asshole. It's been so long since we did
it. It has been a long time.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean being a stay-in-bed mom? Yikes. Yo! Yes, nigga! Yes! I haven't even read this yet. The answer is yes. You are the asshole. 100%. Okay. My brother, male 27, his wife, female 25, have a 5-month-old baby? Yes, nigga, yes! 100%, you are the ass. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. He works for long hours while she stays at home to take care of their baby, and I live about 10 minutes away from them, and I drop by sometimes to help. But lately, every time I go there, she's in bed scrolling on her phone or saying she needs a break. The house is a mess, bottles everywhere, laundry not done, dishes in the sink, baby crying most of the time. Last weekend, my brother called me saying he was losing it. When I got there, he was trying to cook dinner with one hand and holding the baby with the other. His wife was literally in bed watching Netflix. I ended up feeding the baby, cleaning up a bit, and helping him calm things down while she stayed in bed the whole time. After that, I went to her and asked if she was okay, and she replied, yeah, a bit exhausted. I can understand that being a new mom is rough for people, but my brother works 40 to 50 hours a week and still helps with the baby. So I lost my cool and said, being in home doesn't mean that you always have to be in the bed scrolling and watching TV shows. She started to cry and complain to my brother. Now he's mad at me for hurting her. I literally don't have anything against her. I just felt bad for him doing everything by himself, and he is still mad at me for that. Am I the asshole to say these things to her just because I wanted to help my brother? Nigga.
First of all, I'm still going to say yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason I'm going to say yeah is you have no idea what she can have postpartum.
Yep.
There's a lot of, you have no idea. And instead of you, look, I understand the need to want to defend your brother or whatever, but may I caution you that you don't know the whole situation of what's happening around there. You don't know the conversations he's had with her. You don't know Dick. And
Thanks.
You came in there hot with that. Could have completely made his situation worse.
Yeah.
Which is why he's angry with you now. I just have a bit of advice next time. Mind your motherfucking business, sir. Mind your business. I'm glad you went in there. You helped your brother out. Cool. I just got to say, I know how many times that women have had to deal with this exact shit, this exact thing where they're doing literally everything and they still work. Because unfortunately, here in the United States, it's not a law where women get this significant amount of time after they've had a baby before they have to go back to work. Right? In some countries that actually give a fuck about their workers, they do that. Not here. It's a lot of things that can take place, a lot of things that can happen, but you don't live in that house. You don't know the conversations they're having, and you don't know where he is in the middle of that, and you just dropped a fucking grenade in his goddamn bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, like on top of the obvious, the most egregious part is if I express an issue to you, that is not necessarily for you to go to someone else and fix.
Go to somebody else and that's
crazy. Like
that's crazy.
You can offer me solutions, absolutely.
Right.
Because that's what I do. I'm a solution-oriented person. If you give me a problem, I will offer solutions potentially to you.
I'm the same.
That's fine.
Right.
It is not upon you to go to another, especially if it's involving another person. It is not on you to then go talk to them and fuss them out. And
nobody asked you,
especially not my wife. Why would you think that was okay? Like
McKenna said, also the sleeping all of the time. Have you never heard of having to sleep when the baby's down? How much sleep is she losing out at night while your brother is probably sleeping through the night?
There's just way too many factors for you to be judgmental about this, my guy.
And you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. But you went in there. Bro, let me tell you something, man. Look, listen. With my friends and family, when I mind their business, it's not for shit like this.
Yeah, right. That part.
It's not for shit like
There's
this.
a time and place for the energy that you presented. It's not this.
And no,
it's not this.
No,
it's absolutely not this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like. So I was doing my normal thing and trying to find people who with dissenting opinions. Because of course,
you was doing normal shit.
Overwhelmingly, shut up. Overwhelmingly, he's been considered an asshole, obviously. Yeah. So I'm looking for the dissenting opinion, and I stopped at this comment because fuck people. Of course, it's a person without an actual profile picture. Because
of course.
Yeah, this is the comment. I love everyone in here calling OP out for not considering all options, referring to mental illness. If that was your entire comment, good job. Except they continue.
No, you never continue.
Where y'all at with homeless people? The weird person at the grocery store, on your street, the bus, in your school, your kid's school, at a restaurant, etc. The people having a rough day and losing it. The person tailgating you or going too slow for you. Don't step on OP because you're online. Show some compassion for others and understand everyone is human. Everyone love everyone.
I can't with you. You, sir, are a plague. You, sir, are an outbreak monkey. You, sir, are COVID. You are disgusting. Like, you had to find a way to all lives matter this shit.
Yo,
he was wrong. Right. He was an asshole. Period.
Not the asshole. I can understand your frustration. Seeing your brother working himself to the bone and doing all the things that his wife should be doing but isn't.
No, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. You already fucked up. You already fucked up.
Oh my God. She may have postpartum issues. She may not, but clearly something has to change. A friend of mine had postpartum issues, and while she couldn't just stop feeling the way she did, she didn't let the house go to shit and not care for the baby. She either took care of house and baby, or she called a family member and said she needed help. If this woman is having postpartum issues and doesn't recognize the issue, then the husband needs to force the issue. Nothing will change by ignoring things.
I am so glad that he knows everything that needs to happen in every situation with this. Like, this is what she's supposed to do. And, I had somebody tell me a long time ago, when it came to certain shit. Like when I was angry about something, they was like, don't listen to yourself. Because the same brain that's mad now is the same brain that's trying to come up with a fix for this shit. Use somebody else's brain. Somebody else's brain, not yours. Not at this moment. Your brain is compromised. Sir, what I say to you is quite simply, you telling her what she should do when she's going through this emotional mental state and expecting her to be able to suss a lot of that out on her own simply based off the experience of a completely different person is crazy. It's crazy. You know, if I'd have been dude, I wouldn't have said shit. I'd have helped my brother. I'd have helped him stabilize some shit. And maybe I would have said something to my wife when I was home. God damn, they gotta do something like that. But I would not have dropped that fucking egg.
Yeah,
that rotten ass egg.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Or maybe I'd have said something to him, like, "Hey, has she been back to like a therapist or something?" Like,
why did you go to her?
Yeah, nah, B.
What made you think that was going to work?
That's not the move.
You're an ass. And don't tell me you ain't had nothing against her, because obviously you was feeling a way, which is why you went and did that shit. You doing this to my brother. We see you. We see you.
Yo, the disingenuity that's running rampant in this comment section. Wow, this thread is chock full of licensed therapists and psychiatrists. No,
him, right?
Motherfucker.
Including him, right?
We're simply stating that it's a possibility.
And he did not account for that possibility before he went and laid an egg in that man's. Yo, he took us. He left. He left a Snicker bar in that man's fucking pool, right? And now he running around saying, "Yo, it's just a Snicker bar. It's not what you think." Like,
Yo,
nigga, the fuck? I hate it here. I hate it here.
All right, I'm tired of looking at those comments. What's the next one? Am I the asshole for taking my niece on vacation after her parents planned one without her? My niece, 11, is the youngest child with 4 older brothers. She's also the youngest cousin / grandchild and the only girl. Between that and the fact that she was very sick when she was little, she's a little spoiled by everyone except her parents. When she turned 11, she told her mom she wanted to go on a weekend trip with just her and her... Wait, what? Oh, with just her and her mom. Her mom made a big deal about her wanting to exclude her dad and brothers. She refused to do the trip and also didn't plan anything for her birthday, so I took her on a trip myself. Last month was one of her brother's birthdays. He decided that for his birthday, he wanted everyone to go to Mexico, except for my niece. Her parents agreed that it was fair because if she wanted a trip without them, they can get one without her. They asked me if I could watch her for 10 days. My niece was so upset, I decided to plan a surprise trip for her. I have some clients in Miami, so I arranged for us to go there for 5 days, drive up to Orlando for 3 days, then fly to New York for 2 days, where I also had to get some work done. It was technically a work trip, but I was able to plan a lot of fun outings for my niece. Just before their trip to Mexico, I told my niece's parents that I had to be in Florida and New York for work during their trip, but I could take her with me. Since it was so last minute, they had to agree as they didn't have any other childcare and couldn't miss this trip. She had a blast. We spent a day in Disney World, went to 2 Broadway shows, spent most of our time in Florida on the beach, did a lot of shopping, got room service for the first time, and our tickets were upgraded, so we flew first class on our way home. Her parents are mad that I spoiled her and undermined them, so I don't get to see her as much as I used to. Oh. And they're going around telling extended family that I took their kid across the country without permission because I was upset about her being punished for being rude. Yo.
Oh, first of all, let me just say this. As somebody who grew up in a household, 2 boys, 1 girl, what it sounds like she's the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a house full of boys. Allow me to make something perfectly clear. Her brother is an asshole. Her brother is an asshole because he attempted to punish her as if she was wrong for wanting to do some girl time with her mom, and her mom wouldn't do it, which is wild to me. So her aunt went and did it, picking up the slack. Should be happy about that. There is a difference, right? Where her being the only girl there, wanting to spend some girly time with her mom, and y'all got pissed about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So enough that you wanted to exclude her? No, sir. My sister used to go on trips all the time with my grandmother. Neither me or my brother ever sat around the house going, "This is some bullshit, mama. Why she get to go to such and such and such?" She's the only girl in the house. She wants some girl time with the adult females in there. And you, bitch ass. Yo, that shit is so fucking corny to me, bro. It is so corny. In my household currently, there is one. My kids are adults, but growing up, one girl, one boy. There are times when my wife took my daughter to specialized trips because this was a girl's trip. There is nothing wrong with having a girl's trip. That aunt is the shit.
Thanks.
That aunt is the shit. And the problem is the rest of y'all in that motherfucking house. That's the problem.
Yo, you know what got me?
Weird ass.
You would think, like, so the brother is one thing, but I understand asking the question, right? It's the overreaction to the situation. Because, like, you know, growing up, me, Just Chris and his sister, we were raised as siblings for about 6 years or so. So, yeah, there were times when, you know, something would happen that she would get to do that we wouldn't get to do, or we would get to do that she wouldn't get to do. And, yeah, the question might have been asked, but once the question was asked, it's like, oh, okay. Like, because it's not that big a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
But my thing wasn't the brother. My thing was the parents. Yo said, yes, you can do this trip without your sister.
To punish her for being rude.
To do a trip without you. Mind you, we didn't do that trip.
Right.
But because she wanted to do that trip, we can go ahead and do this trip.
Yo,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, that is wild.
I just simply,
that is wild.
I don't understand. I don't
get it.
It's like what I was talking about earlier. What happened in your brain for you to arrive at that conclusion?
Who raised you niggas?
We're talking about decency and simple propriety.
Yes.
Why do you think it's proper to punish your youngest child in this way?
Only girl in the house.
In this way. Because she wanted to do something, you told her no, and then did the reverse of it to spite her.
Hey, listen, that shit, what you're doing is adding to the list of data points this little girl's going to have. And when she grows up, she's not going to want anything to do with y'all. The moment she's able to get up out that house and be able to take care of herself on her own, she's going to have literally no reason to fuck with you. And here's the other cap of why that's going to hurt you. In my experience, it's the girls that take care of the parental units. The boys sometimes, but usually my mom looked after both of our parents. Both of them. To the point of bringing her father in to live with us so he wouldn't be alone. Moving in next door to her mom so somebody was close. Currently, right now, y'all know I'm a mama's boy. I don't even live in Baltimore.
Right.
You know who takes care of my mom most of the time? My sister. And I love her because that's some sacrificial shit that she's doing. You know what I'm saying? The stuff she has to go through and put up with. Crazy. Right? And y'all doing this. Y'all doing this goofy shit here. Woo! I feel a swell of pity for what your old age is going to look like.
Nigga.
Right?
Because, bruh, especially if them boys turn out to be really actual assholes.
Yeah, oh my goodness, boy. You better pray they don't. Chrissy say, this is why daughters say their moms are the first haters they have.
Hey. I still can't get over this. You're saying, all right, because your sister said she wanted to have a trip without you.
We're going to punish her.
We can go ahead and have a trip without her.
So we can punish her.
A trip that you said no to. You vetoed. You did. All right. Let's run this as a good faith exercise, right? if you had legitimate concerns about exclusion and were making that argument in good faith, you have already done the correction for the
Yes.
issue.
You
You've
said
already done the
no.
correction. You said no.
You said no.
That
Yeah.
is you noticing an issue, making a correction to
Yes.
the issue,
Yes.
and moving forward. That
Right.
is the end of that issue. But no, you took it a step further. And now this is me extrapolating, but did this 11-year-old girl say this in front of her brothers? Or
Probably
did
not.
this 11-year-old girl say this to her mother in confidence, and her mother then disseminate this information throughout the rest of the family? I don't
Mom's a
know
piece
about
of
that
shit.
part. I don't know about that part, but
Mom,
if that's
mom's
the
still a
case,
piece of shit. She's still a
nigga,
piece of shit.
like, what are we talking about?
That is crazy.
It's
It's
stupid.
crazy.
You're the asshole. Stop spoiling her. She's not special. Get over yourself. Those are her parents. You don't get a say in what. And
That's a girl.
You don't get a
Stop.
say. And honest, I wouldn't let you around her either.
Yo, that is the dumbest take I have ever fucking heard.
Yo. Why somebody just responded to them with, "Are you okay?"
Right.
Because facts. What do you mean? Like what? Okay. You're the asshole. You are giving "I only had sons and she is the daughter I never had" vibes. Quote, "It was fair because if she wanted a trip without them, they could get one for her. Honestly, you are the cause of this problem. If you hadn't gone around the parents' decision the first time, there wouldn't have been a precedent for siblings to be excluded at all. You admit that she is spoiled by the entire family. You admit she doesn't like hearing the word no. You admit that the brothers have never received the same benefits/trips that she has received. Yet you are unable to recognize the impact of all that has had on her relationship with her brothers. Rather than help, you actively make the inequality and resentment between the siblings worse."
She just wanted a girls trip with her mom and her mom
That's it.
to do that shit.
That's it. That's all
So
she wanted.
some woman in her life picked up the fucking slack. Bro, living in a house with all boys, I have to imagine that it has to be tiring at times. Just like if I lived in a house with all girls, it would be tiring at times. Like, y'all can't even give him grace for that. Can't give him grace. All she wanted was a girl's trip with her mom, B. There is nothing out of the ordinary with that at all. At all. And y'all making this into something that it's not. She was being unfair to the boy. She is spoiled because she wants that. You can maybe make the case if you brought up some other event that showed she was spoiled. This is not it.
Nah, B.
Let me tell you something.
B.
My daughter is far from spoiled, quite on the opposite side of that spectrum. Quite on the opposite side of that spectrum. She very much enjoyed the time with her stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
Going to New York and all to this. Yeah.
Thanks.
Guess who didn't say shit? And he was this little nigga had every chance to be spoiled as a motherfucker. He was the only child for the longest time. He had 2 rooms. One was his playroom, and the other was his bedroom. And yet, when they went on their girls' trips, he ain't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't nothing.
I mean, to be fair, that's not Millie though. Like,
that's true.
That is not Millie. I don't.
That's true.
You know, he's
but
one
he
of the,
did have the opportunity to be spoiled.
But he's one of the best of us.
Just facts.
He's one of the best of us. I don't know if that's a good example, sir.
What is wrong? What is wrong with you? Who raised you?
You're the asshole. Stop undermining these parents and stop spoiling their kid. You are
Some
not
of
her
your
parent.
parents have to be undermined, dude.
You are not her parent, nor will you ever be. If they were wise, they'd find a sitter, not trying to make up for not having a daughter of her own, and strictly limit the amount of time their kid spends unsupervised with you.
That's
You're overstepping, and it isn't okay.
That's her aunt. Fuck out of here. That's her aunt. Just like there were certain things my uncle would do for me and Lawrence because they relate to us. They would do some things for my sister that was exclusive for her, but also the boys They were boys. So yeah, there's this thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's not. My sister never felt aggrieved. Like, y'all, that's her aunt. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I just don't understand. I simply do not get this situation. Whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, that's it.
Y'all suck. I'm gonna end this episode with y'all suck. Not you guys, them.
Right.
And we want to thank all of you for once again joining us for another rousing edition of the Black Culture Geeks podcast. Please understand that there is always music.
Always music.
There's music from the past.
Yeah.
There's music in the present.
Yeah.
And there will be music in the future.
Yeah.
SBJ's works on projects on a routine basis.
Mm-hmm.
Gray is constantly doing music.
Mm-hmm.
You have GA who's doing music.
Adequate's working on an album.
Adequate's working on an album. So go back, spin the block on them older songs, and get them some love and some views. Because remember, we're only getting paid 0.003 cents on every stream. Just remember that. Yes. Also, don't forget, I'm not sure when the next time Heard It Through the Grapevine is.
Monday. I believe. If we get this goddamn streaming situation set up, because we were supposed to do it weeks ago and then we forgot. And she texted me this week like, "Hey, we gotta get this. We don't have a platform to stream on." And I'm like, "Oh, right."
Oh yeah, they got. I
gotta get them. I gotta get them set up.
Y'all gotta figure that out.
That's what we're doing today, babe. That's the answer.
Absolutely. Also, there are comic books. So if you haven't got yourself a digital or a physical, actually this week coming up, Singularity, the digital version, will be in the store this week coming up. Go to majesticcomics.shop. Thank you, Biddy, for putting that link in the chat. Appreciate you very much. And also, don't forget Metas and Mutants, Super Side Guy who is in the gym. He's in the gym, hanging and banging, eating his vitamins, saying his prayers.
I mean,
he's doing he's doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hendrick. Shout out to him and his family. I was looking at some of his Halloween pics. That's dope. Once again, shout out to my mom for her birthday. Already talked to her. I'll call again after this show. You know what I'm saying? So, for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone of the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace. Whew. Yo, I don't blame you. Right. Facts. Nigga. Clearly someone who is ill prepared, ill equipped. Yeah. That part. Thanks. Right. That part. Yeah, insane. All right, y'all. Peace.